Hey there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jasmine Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you for joining the family. For those of you who've been here before, thank you so much for returning and for being here, for watching your 2022 reading. For those of my subscribers, I cannot thank you enough for your loyalty, your love, and support. I am truly grateful to each and every one of you. I'm grateful to all of you for taking the time to watch this video. For those of you who may be interested in booking a reading with me, my calendar's open. If you want to book purchase a tarot package, or if you want to reach out to me, if you feel drawn to, if you have any questions or anything at all of that information is below in the description box, or you can hop on over to capellawellness.com and check out my service suite there and anything about me and whatever else you want to discover on Capella Wellness or about me. I will say that I am going to be hosting a webinar, a Zoom session, 10 people only. I want to keep it as small as possible, to provide guidance and insight on how to navigate the energies that are coming to us in 2022. For some of us, it's going to be a very challenging year, and it's based on the astrology. It's not based on anything else but that. No tarot or anything specifically, but with the astrological transits that are coming in, especially with Jupiter conjuncting Neptune, I believe in April of 2022, amongst other things. I won't get into that, but for some people it's going to be challenging. I am going to host a session with 10 people max on Zoom. I will be announcing that very soon. It's going to happen sometime in the first half of January. I will have other sessions should those sessions sell out. So please be on the lookout for announcements for that. If you are part of my Capella crew, you will know right away when that session is going to be happening, because I will send notifications on the mobile app. All right, guys, I will leave you with saying, I wish all of you a beautiful, prosperous, empowering, transformational 2022. All right, with that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your in-depth 2022 forecast, your yearly tarot reading. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are well. I'm sending you many blessings and much, much love for you, Virgo, to you, Virgo, for 2022. Now, Virgo, what we're going to do here is we're going to see what your overall theme for 2022 is, what your main focus will be, what your biggest challenge is going to be, and how best to navigate that challenge or those challenges. What energies are going to support you to help you with that challenge in 2022, okay? We're then going to get into the nitty-gritty of this reading and see what is going on with the energies with quarter one, January through March of 2022, quarter two, May through June, quarter three, July through September, and quarter four, October through December. All right. We will clarify the cards with Oracle, and then we will move on to pull a Moonology manifestation card to provide some spirit guidance on how to best support you with the energies surrounding you in 2022. I will then conclude this reading with a mini love reading. We're going to see what energies are surrounding you with regards to love, and then we will get some final guidance. All right, here we go. Let's see what your overall theme is for 2022, Virgo. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is the overall theme for Virgo? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. Hold on, guys. My right eye is itching. We have 22. That is the master builder number, all right? For this, you were born. Virgo, foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. This is a pretty serious card. Okay. So the overall theme here is, Virgo, there's something here where you are really going to step up into your power, star into your power, as I say, and realize that whatever you have been guided to do, whatever your purpose is, you're going to realize that you were made for this. Okay. You're going to understand why you incarnated into this world and what your true purpose is in life, and you're going to be living it. Okay. There's some sort of like epiphany here. You're going to start to really understand, you know, the magic and the power within you in order to help you with, in order to support you with your life's purpose. Okay. And with this master builder number, some of you are really going to see some true superpowers that you possess here, Virgo. So this is a big year for you. Okay. You are an infinite being with infinite potential. So this is about you really embracing all of you, loving all of you, knowing that you can overcome any challenge, and that you are going to be asking your guides and your angels for support whenever you feel like you may be veering off your path, or whenever challenges come your way and you're not sure how to navigate those challenges. And we'll see what your biggest challenge is for 2022, but you're going to understand better as to how to, it's like I'm hearing clearing hurdles. That's what I just heard. And I'm seeing people jumping hurdles. It's like track, okay? That you have all of this support to help you in 2022. They are there, your guides, your angels, your galactic family, your spirit team. All you have to do is ask them for guidance, for additional strength, support, for added faith, whatever this is, to help you to maybe understand more of your purpose, to help you understand more as to why you were here and what you were meant to do, okay? And for some of you, you're here to be master builders, all right? You may have a lot of placements in your chart at the 22nd degree. That's what I just heard, okay? I don't know where that came from, but that's what I heard. So, yeah, you're really going to be becoming some really empowering, inspirational Virgo here in 2022. And I do know in 2022 there's going to be some like massive awakening with a lot of people, and with astrological transits there are going to be a lot of challenges coming for those who are not quite on their spiritual path, but it's really going to be more enlightening, and it's going to reveal a lot of things that were illusions to people for a long time. And I believe, Virgo, that's going to support you in 2022, where you're going to realize, I was born for this. I was made for this. You're going to start to remember, oh my gosh, I've done this in previous lifetimes. Because maybe you might have some skill set or have some knowledge about something, and you're saying, well, how is it that I'm able to do this? Or how is it that I'm able to have these psychic abilities, or this skill set that seems to come to me very easily? It's going to click. There's going to be a lot of clicking in 2022, Virgo, where things are just going to be, I get it, I get it, I get it. Oh, I went through this because I've been through this before, and now I'm better able to handle this challenge, to navigate this, okay? You're really going to be tapping into your creative abilities, your talents. And look at her here. She's just standing tall, and she's got like this magic coming out from her hands. You know, she's weaving her magic. She is super empowered, and she looks blissful here. And she seems serene and calm. She's in her element, but she's also working her magic. Again, with that creativity, those talents that you have, you're really going to be utilizing those for the greater good of humanity here, okay? This could also be for another group here where you're really going to be catapulted here, Virgo, with regards to the path that you have been on already, because there's another group here where you've been going on your spiritual path, you've been fulfilling your mission, and now there's like a leveling up. And I know for others of you who have been on this journey, who have been working your life's mission, some of you are going to be, it's like either put more in the spotlight, or there's an exaltation. I'm hearing you're going to be exalted in 2022, Virgo. Again, this is for those of you who are already on this path, all right? Because I'm getting another message here. And there's some opportunity. I'm seeing Ace of Wands or Ace of Pentacles. There's some big opportunity here is going to be presented to you, and it's a step up. You might be on like more of a world stage. You may be, there may be fame involved in this. I'm seeing the Star card. There's something here where there is something significant coming to you, Virgo, and you're really going to be out there, is what I heard. And you have to remember that you are ready for this. Whatever magic is coming your way, I'm seeing the Magician too, or opportunity with whatever ace that is presented to you. You may not think you're ready for it, but that opportunity wouldn't have presented to you, Virgo, if you weren't ready for it. And it's saying right here, for this you were born. There is, I'm hearing it again, a leveling up of something. Okay. There's a new beginning here. And really set those intentions about reminding yourself of who you are and who you really were made to be. I'm hearing again, there's a lot of like clicking. Things are going to just make sense to you. All right. There's some clarity here that is going to be, you're going to encounter, Virgo. Now, here's another magical thing about this. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. This is a major arcana in this deck. There are a lot of cards in this deck. All right. There are only 4 major arcana in the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. And this is the bottom, the reward. Okay. There's a great reward for you here, Virgo, when you start to really realize your true potential. That you are that multidimensional being, right? That you have everything in your power to create the life that you want. You're the driver of your destiny, just like the Chariot, the Magician, the Alchemist, the Temperance card. There's something here where with that leveling up, you guys are going to be gifted with some heightened abilities, or you may even be realizing, or you're going to be seeing that you have all these other gifts that you haven't tapped into yet, is what I'm hearing. There's like, yeah, a reward, some gift is coming in, or like what I was saying, when you're going to realize your true potential, you're going to be tapping into those other creative talents, those spiritual gifts that you've been given. And for some of you, this is going to be, again, an exaltation, like ascension, leveling up of your skills, your abilities here. This is also about you realizing that you need to celebrate your magnificence, because you are a magnificent being. I mean, look at her face. She's just, look at that fire behind her, all that light. She is really shining her light brightly. She is not allowing anyone to dim her light. I'm seeing Queen of Wands with this energy. Queen of Wands knows how magnificent she is, and it does, of course, it could be male or female, right? It's just the energies. But this is you understanding that you are this powerhouse, and you have everything within you to create that reality and to create that life that you truly want. And we are all responsible for our happiness and our well-being and the type of life we want to live. We don't put that on anybody else. We don't blame anybody else, nothing like that, okay? Realize that you have a life worth celebrating. This is major accomplishments here, again, with things starting to click, and you're going to say, wow, Virgo, like, you're going to say to yourself, I now understand why I'm here, and that I'm not ashamed of my abilities, and that I can create that life that I want. All right. And really having that courage and confidence to shine your light. Again, not allowing anybody to dim it. You're going to go through 2022. It's going to be a very rewarding year for you, Virgo. A very rewarding year. A lot of things are going to fall into place. But again, it depends on you. When you're celebrating life and you're loving life and you are in this energy, this is high vibrational, right? And you're working your magic, you're realizing your true potential, and you are starting to really fully live your life's purpose. Watch the miracles and the gifts and the rewards come to you. And it may not be in the physical form, okay? It could be where, again, it's a leveling up of your abilities. Starting to realize, holy cow, I have this gift where I'm able to utilize this for the greater good of humanity, something like that. Now, the other group of you where there's some, again, with the leveling up, but being more on a world stage, or there's fame involved in this, or there's some opportunity that's going to be presented to you because you've been on your path and you've had that courage and you've been working hard. You have been in this energy for most of 2021 and or 2020, depending on, what your journey is, and everyone's on different timelines, right? Everybody's journeys are different. You are now prepared for something even greater. I'm hearing from God himself. You have passed all your trials. You have passed all your tests. You have overcome your challenges. You maintain this energy here throughout everything. You stuck with it. You stuck to your path of truth. You followed my divine guidance. You were patient. You were obedient. And now I'm going to greatly reward you with something magnificent here that you never thought was possible. And this is about you really utilizing your gifts and showing your true self on a larger, I can't articulate it, larger scale, on a global scale is what I just heard, okay? You have shown up. You have done your best, or more than your best. You have stuck to it. You stood up for yourself. You stood your ground. I'm seeing Seven of Wands with this. You were continuing to shine brightly. Again, like the Star card, the Queen of Wands here. Mastering spiritual growth with the King of Wands. And because you stayed in this energy, no matter what happened the prior years, Virgo, rewards are coming to you now. You've accomplished something great that a lot of people have looked at as being impossible. Thank God, your angels, your ancestors, for helping you to get here, okay? Be grateful that you were able to overcome all these trials and tribulations, and you stuck to it, even though it was very arduous and it was grueling and you wanted to give up, but you didn't. Because you didn't, and you focus on the task at hand, and you follow your divine guidance, and you had ultimate faith and trust in God that everything was going to work out well, because you did that, there is a huge reward for you. I'm also seeing 10 of Pentacles with this. And whatever rewards you're being given here, Virgo, in 2022, you're going to be giving back to the universe what you've been giving. That's kind of like Empress energy. The more you give, the more you get. This is an incredibly blessed year for you, Virgo, for those of you who stuck it through on their paths. The reward is here. And again, this is a major arcana. Your hard work has paid off. Everything that you've been working diligently towards has paid off. I'm seeing Knight of Pentacles energy. Some of you were in some strong Knight of Pentacles energy here. And now, these major blessings and rewards are coming to you. Okay. Now, for those of you who haven't really gotten on your spiritual path yet, right? Because again, the other half of you, this is the year for you to really get on that path and to shine your light. The message that I gave to the other group where there's this leveling up, this bend, there's something big coming to you that you're really going to be presented with that is going to put you on some sort of higher level. Again, some of you, there's going to be fame, something being put on a global stage, whatever this is. That message for those where that massive reward is coming. And now this is going to be a rewarding year for all of you who are watching this, okay? But part of the reward is like being gifted with these strong abilities or seeing things that you didn't know you had that you're going to be utilized as part of your life's purpose. The others of you are going to be given physical rewards or, again, being more recognized in the public eye. I'm hearing like kind of like Six of Wands-ish. That message for those who are going to be catapulted up to a much higher level. That is encouragement for those of you who haven't really tapped into your life's purposes. You haven't really tapped into your abilities yet. That's what's coming to the other group of you in 2022, Virgo. What the other group is getting in 2022. And it's funny because look, now they're telling me it's 2022, right? There's the 22 right there. See, that's confirmation of that. This is your hope, your encouragement, your empowerment to realize, oh, wow, this group of Virgos is going to get that in 2022. I have the potential to get to that same level. You see what I'm saying? That's why when I do these readings, there's always different groups here. Or I get two groups usually. So we're now going to see what your main focus is for 2022. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is the main focus for Virgo in 2022? Please and thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spirit. Look what flipped out at the first card as the first card in this deck. What did I say? The Knight of Pentacles. See, for those of you, I said strong Knight of Pentacles energy, and there it is. Some of you, the ones who are really going to be catapulted to some higher level of something here, right? World recognition, being really recognized for the hard work you put in. What was I saying? Okay. This is for another group of you in 2022. You've put in the hard work. You really focus on being diligent and being dedicated to your mission and the details, right? This is like Virgo energy. This is a very detail-oriented knight. He takes action, he focuses on his goals, and he sticks to them. He doesn't veer off the path because he knows he's going to be successful. He's the slowest knight, but he knows he's going to reach his destination because the Knight of Pentacles always does. He takes responsibility for his actions and for his choices. And he sticks to it. He sticks to the task at hand. He has renewed hope for the future, and he has that diligence and that patience, that perseverance to continue through with this. And for those of you who've been in this Knight of Pentacles energy, again, the hard work is paying off. You're going to be greatly rewarded. For others of you, this is one of your main focuses, and we have how many cards? We have 4. Okay, we have 4 cards here so there's a lot to be for you guys to be focusing on. For those of you who are really going to get on your path, remember to have patience. Okay, all good things take time. Miracles don't happen overnight. Building something great doesn't happen overnight. Like they say, Rome wasn't built in one day. Healing takes a while too. This is about sticking to the task. Set those goals, Virgo, for 2022. Stick to them. Pick a couple of goals. Don't have like a whole bunch of goals and then you just like you're focusing too much on having all these goals instead of focusing on maybe having 1, 2, or 3 goals where you're really going to be paying attention to the details, as this card talks about, but really honing in your focus on those 1 or 2 goals, or 3 if you can do that. Okay. Have that patience too, but be diligent. Stick to it. Continue to build for yourself, right? Again, you were born for this. There's some really magical things happening for you in 2022, Virgo, but Spirit really wants you to just buckle down and get things done and finish them. but pick one or two things that you really, really want in your life. Set those goals, set those intentions, right? Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. Stick to it and be patient. Take your time. This is the slow and steady wins the race card, right? Take action on those goals you're setting for yourself in 2022. This is also like leveling up with your abilities, okay? And prioritizing what is best for you and you alone. There's also some sort of offer here. What did I say? For those of you who've already been on this path and you stuck to it with this Knight of Pentacles energy and you weren't giving up and you knew it took a long time and you were being rewarded for your patience, as I said, and your diligence and your obedience, you're being presented some sort of offer. It could be a windfall of money, a contract, right? That's coming from somebody. It could be from an earth sign, another earth sign towards Virgo, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. But there's somebody who's going to present something to you, and this is a very solid, stable offer that's going to last a long time. It's for the long term, okay? It is for the long term. This could even be somebody who may be helping you out, Virgo, with your ascension process, or really focusing on, you know, those talents and abilities that you have to make something of it. All right, there's some offer coming to whomever here in 2022. But as for the focus energies, it's embodying the Knight of Pentacles energy, right? For those of you who've not really gotten into the nitty-gritty of your spiritual path and who haven't really built off of that. Wow. We have the Queen of Pentacles now. We have another court card. This is the minor arcana of the Empress, and I talked about the Empress, right? Working hard on understanding your value, your worth, your self-care. This is about empowerment and encouragement, knowing that you are deserving of abundance, of beautiful things. The Queen of Pentacles loves luxurious things, but it doesn't define her. It doesn't make her who she is. She likes nice things, but she doesn't find that high of a value in it. And she doesn't use those things to make her feel worthy, to make her feel beautiful, to make her feel like she's something, that she's a queen, right? She's the queen because of her inner wealth. And when you understand your own value, your self-worth, your inner wealth, that exudes out of you, and that attracts the outer wealth. It attracts people who are more harmonious and loyal and dedicated to you, right? Maybe this Queen of Pentacles, she's attracting this offer from someone who's very loyal and honest or something. Persistent, dedicated, devoted, all right? This is devotion right here. And, you know, for you, Virgo, some of you are really going to be working on empowering yourselves and encouraging yourselves to do better and to understand that you are the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, again, this is more earth energy. You may again be having somebody who's already in this state who's going to be offering you some help on helping you get there, right? And there's people think it's a sign of weakness when they ask for help. It's not, okay? But if that's not the case here, Virgo, this is really about you focusing on self-care, self-love. That you are a queen, all right? More so, you are an empress. She also understands the law of attraction and the law of equal give and take. She worked hard to get here. And she's very gracious for the opportunity that she was given to rebuild an empire for herself. To really understand that her value is found within. It's not found in material things. It's not found in romantic relationships and jobs, friendships, none of it. It comes from her. And she is also very patient. She's also very nurturing, not only to herself, but to others. She's gained a lot of wisdom through this whole journey through the Pentacles suit, right? About building something for herself and sticking to it, and working hard on understanding what is truly of value. And also being more in nature, because maybe in Virgo, this is a year for you to spend more time in nature and get messages from nature, and meditate more. She's very harmonious in her environment, and she spends a lot of time in nature to connect with it. She also understands that miracles do happen, but she believes that they do. And all this magical stuff happens to her because she believes in that. She believes that it's possible. She trusts in God wholeheartedly. She has that faith that as she's putting in this work and it's taking the time to get there, that she will become the Queen of Pentacles. And again, she's here for a reason. She didn't just magically appear in that throne here. She worked hard to get it. And she focused a lot of her attention on herself, her well-being, her wellness. And again, because she has that inner wealth now, she's attracting abundance in all forms. For the others of you with the great reward, I mean, I cannot stress it enough. There is literally physical rewards coming to you. There's some, either a windfall of money, some lucrative contract that's for the long term. Again, it's an opportunity, right? And I said Ace of Pentacles, but they're holding the Ace of Pentacles right here. There's a lot of abundance coming to you, those of you who've really stuck it out and have been living your life's journey, your life's purpose. There's money here. There's abundance. There's prosperity. Okay? You have worked hard at becoming the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, and now you're being greatly rewarded here. Money. I keep hearing money. Okay, for some of you, your financial situation is going to change very drastically. That's for those of you who are already here. You have an incredible amount of self-confidence. You worked hard on building for yourself and working on yourself. Okay, that's for those of you who are already here. And you are full of unconditional love. You are not putting blame or guilt on anybody. You got here on your own. Wow. Judgment call. This is heeding the call. See what I was saying, Virgo? Those of you, again, for this, you were born. You're going to be really gifted. You're going to really tap into those. You're already gifted, actually, is what I'm hearing. You're really going to be tapping into those creative abilities, those talents that you've been given by God. And you're going to finally heed that call towards working towards your mission. This is the mission card. This is archangels. It could be Gabriel, I can't remember. Blaring their horn saying, Virgo, it's time for you to rise up. It's time for you to step up now. As the leader you were made to be, it's time for you to step up, time for you to suit up and show up and start fulfilling that purpose. It's really time for you to get going on your mission. That's for part of you, okay? And these are 2 10s, right? This is so interesting because this is the number 20 card, right? 2022. This is the year for your major awakening. And I was talking about that. This year, 2022, is going to be a big year for those. It's like the Great Awakening. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. You're really going to see the magnificent person that you truly are, Virgo. It's now time for you to really rise up, show up, suit up, show the world what you're truly made of. And again, you know, with this is like a second chance card for me. All right. As I said, you're being given this opportunity now to really focus on yourself and understand how worthy you really are of amazing things. All right. Also learning about forgiveness, because the Judgment card is about forgiveness as well. and taking action. Because some of you have been hearing this call for a while, and some of you were a little bit reluctant or haven't really started taking off on doing the hard work. Again, getting to Knight of Pentacles mode. This is the year to do it. Because God is saying now, there are great rewards for you, Virgo, when you accomplish this. And you're really stepping in your power. Okay? You were made for this. You've done this before. Again, a lot of things are going to start clicking here. This is a major arcana. This is a very, very big thing to have it as part of your main focus for 2022, Virgo. This is very, very significant. This is a major transition. This is the year of awakening for you. If you haven't already gone through this process, you are really going to be getting into the weeds, working hard on your mission. On top of that, going through your awakening process, healing, and getting to this. This is destined for you, Virgo. You can have material wealth and all this abundance. She's also a married individual. Her counterpart is the King of Pentacles, right? Maybe for some of you, you're hoping, there's marriage with a counterpart or something. But you gotta get here first. And as you're working on yourself and you're becoming that superpower, right? That's part of your calling, okay? But it's also part of your mission. Because once you get to this, you are fully solid and stable. You are fully prepared to take on the world. You're fully prepared to fully live your life's purpose, and you're not going to allow anyone to take you off your throne. Okay? For those of you who've already been through this, again, with the money, your financial situation is drastically going to change. Some offers coming in. I keep hearing money. I don't know what that is, but prosperity. Again, with the calling, there is an exaltation here. This is like a resurrection. You're being risen up to start a completely different new mission, or something similar about your mission where, it's going to be like on the world stage or something. It's a huge leveling up for those of you who've already been on this path, who've already been working your mission. You are being called to do something even greater. Again, it's like a higher level of something, and you are ready for this, Virgo. Okay, there's some great reward. And again, we talked about the rewards here for your diligence and your patience and your hard work. Money's coming with this, but this is also, I'm hearing you're, what's that saying that they say? The last shall be first. That's what I heard. You're being moved to the front of the line, Virgo. For those of you who've been working diligently and it's like toilet labor on your mission and just sticking to it, okay? You're moving to the front of the line, okay? You're now being called to fulfill some other part of your mission, but it's going to be on a much grander scale. This is also a significant phase is ending in your journey for those Virgos who've already been working their life's mission. And now you're moving to the next part of what God wants you to do. This is also being rewarded significantly for having faith, trust in God, for being obedient, and for being patient. Because not many people are able to maintain this. All right? A lot of people give up. But because you didn't give up, Virgo, there is a huge reward because you didn't, and you continue to have faith that everything was going to be fine. This is another 10 here. We've got like the 10, 10 with the 20, right? And now number 10 here, completion. 10 of Swords. All right? The worst is over, Virgo. With all of these life's lessons that you have learned, these big life's experiences that really kind of smacked you around, or It was hard to bear. It was hard to deal with. Maybe somebody here had a financial hit, financial hardship, some sort of hardship, a ruin. This could be ruin. This is like rock bottom, okay? This is betrayal. This could even be divorce for somebody, okay? This is over. This is ending in 2022, Virgo. However this resonates for you. Remember, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else, but be honest with yourself. You know your story. God will greatly reward you when you overcome a lot of things. Here it is right here. And the reward card at the bottom of the deck for this card here. You will be greatly rewarded when you overcome this Ten of Swords energy. And for quite a few of you, this is done. The pain, suffering, the I can't do this anymore, I'm just so done. It ends in 2022. But it is up to you, Virgo. Because you are ultimately responsible for your happiness, your well-being, and your abundance. Okay? For those of you who may stay in this energy, they're saying it's kind of like these other cards go away. You can't stay down forever, because in the Rider-Waite, that guy is on the floor with all the swords in his back, and he's like, I can't move anymore. I'm just done. I'm just going to let it be like this, and there's nothing I can do. That's an illusion, Virgo. You end up failing if you stay down. If you keep getting up and you keep getting up and you keep getting up, you keep winning. And you keep persevering. That's like the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. It takes a while, but he's diligent. He's persistent. He keeps going. He knows he's going to be a success, but he has to put in the hard work and he has to push forward. He doesn't stay on the ground. Okay? God is expecting some of you to get up out of this energy, Virgo, because it is a choice to stay in Ten of Swords energy. You have the power to get up and do something for yourself. You're not a victim. Nobody's a victim in this world. Nobody. Because this is victimization. Okay? This type of mentality, Virgo, ends in 2022. Okay? The worst is going to be over. You're going to be presented some gifts, opportunities. Take them, because I'm hearing those opportunities will not be presented to themselves, especially if there's somebody's coming in with some sort of offer to get you going here. All right, it could just be God is like, hey, here's this opportunity, Virgo. There's a second chance at life to start over. And if you've been through a divorce, you're going through a divorce, this is a new beginning for you. Tens are about endings and new beginnings. There's a huge new start for you in 2022, Virgo. This ends now. Okay. And this goes for those of you, again, with really going through it, being tested a lot, right? Oh my gosh, I gotta push through this. You probably got into Ten of Swords energy and you got out of it. You kept getting up, you kept getting up, and you kept getting up. You didn't stay dead on the floor. How are you going to amount to anything if you just stay dormant and you're not moving and you're not taking action on your life? Nobody's responsible for your life but you, Virgo. And some of you realize that and it's like, you know what? As tough as this is, I got to persevere. I got to keep going, like the energy of this guy. This is really the main, these two are the main energies here that Virgos need to be focusing on for 2022. Okay. There's so much that is going to be rewarded to you when you master this. All right. We'll put that guy up there. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. This is about you going into 2022. I'm ready for the challenge. This guy is like the champion of the people. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take the Sword of Excalibur. I know it's going to be challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. And I'm not going to allow anyone to get in my way. This is a newness in you now, Virgo, because you're going to follow your path of truth, because the Ace of Swords is the truth here. You're going to go in this path now in 2022 for whatever this is, whether this is the leveling up to that new world stage or being more in the spotlight, or you really being gung-ho and sticking to the task at hand and really focusing on your mission for 2022, right? And that also, again, ties into focusing more on your self-worth, your self-confidence, and all those things that come with the Queen of Pentacles. Working hard on your abundance and nurturing yourself and enjoying life as you progress forward, okay? But there's just going to be this ambition about you, this individual who's going to go on this journey and seek the truth. This is like the third court card, okay? There's only one minor arcana as for your focus cards right now, so this is quite significant. There may be even some news that comes in 2022 that's really going to get you going. It could be surprising news. There might be something with an offer, and I talked about a contract, right, where you need to pay attention to the details. This is a very detail-oriented individual. This does talk about doing some research or paying attention to details in some sort of document or contract, okay? I heard read the fine print. That's for somebody. Maybe with this offer that comes in with the Knight of Pentacles, if it is a contract here, Virgo, in 2022, they really want you to go through it carefully and make sure that you are in agreement with the terms that are in that contract. That's what I just heard, okay? That's for somebody specific. This could also be something with social media, all right? Because the Page of Swords is about social media. Maybe you're being called to build your business and have it on the internet, a spiritually based business, or have a YouTube channel for whatever skills you have. Again, you were born for this. If you're being called to do that, Virgo, follow that calling. Trust me, I kept getting those same messages from my angels, and I said, what? I'm supposed to do YouTube? Are you kidding me? And I kept getting the same message until I finally buckled down and I got it done. That's the Knight of Pentacles, and I stuck to it. All right. So maybe for some of you, if you're being called to kind of do your work on some sort of social platform or on the internet, follow that guidance, because that is part of what your mission entails. All right. And for those of you who already have online businesses, who already are on the social media scene, there's something changing here. Either your channel's going to blow up, or somebody's going to make an offer to work with you, or they like your content, or whatever it is that you're doing online. And again, there's like a contract of some sort. This is someone, you know, promising unexpected news here, or even a letter that's going to come in, email, text, or something, and it's going to change your world. And this could come with a contract, and it has to do, for some of you, with your social media platform, whatever this is. Okay. There's something big for some of you Virgos here, and I'm feeling it. It's big. 2022 is going to be a big year for you. Whether you are already on your path, where you're already focusing on your mission, or you're not. Again, some of you are really going to be working hard on your mission. Others of you, this is another level up, because you have been working very hard on this. Okay, and for those of you who have like social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, there's something about that blowing up at some point. Okay, but either way, this is about being up for the challenge. This is also about understanding you need to communicate your truth with clarity and honesty, and not being afraid to speak up as you're going through 2022. And this may be new for you, Virgo, because maybe some of you had an issue with your throat chakra, and you had slight issues with really communicating not only to your guides and your ancestors what you truly want, but to others what your truth is. Okay, let's see what your biggest challenge will be in 2022. What is Virgo's biggest challenge? Oh, we have the Six of Cups, Virgo. Your biggest challenge for 2022 is letting go of the past. Okay? for some of you. I'm also hearing there's something about leaving something behind. It may not just be the past. I see there's two little girls here. Maybe there's something with children for you, Virgo. Maybe a challenge. Oh, there's somebody here that with you working your mission and heeding the call, there's somebody here where you have kids. Maybe you do have two little girls or two kids or at least one child. Okay, this is a couple of you here. And you are concerned that the fact that you have these children, are you going to be able to do this mission that God is calling you to do? Here's the thing, Virgo. If that's resonating with you, ask God, ask your angels and your guides for help. They will show you the way. They will give you those solutions to deal with that. Because I will admit that sometimes people will make excuses and say, well, I have kids and I have to do this, and maybe you might be a single parent and there's all this stuff to do. Virgo, if you don't already know, I'm a single mom. I'm now a full-time single mom. I used to be a part-time until things changed in February of last year. And I said, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But you know what? I talked to God about it, my angels, and they said, here, Jess, this is what you're going to do. Everything's going to be fine. And it worked out perfectly. I'm still able to tend to my motherly duties as a single parent and still do my light work. Okay? Don't worry about this. Again, that's for somebody specific. This is not for everybody. But this is resonating with at least one person here. Okay, you're worried about working this mission and building this business or focusing on your self-care. It is important. You know what I did with my son? We talked about it. And I said, you know what, bud? I'm going to have my downtime. And there are going to be times where I need to do my recordings and I need to work with clients and all that stuff. He's like, okay, Mom. But he respects that. We talked about it. He does his thing. He gives me his space. I give him his space. And he respects that I need to do what I need to do. He knows what my mission is. And he understands that. And he doesn't feel guilty. Oh, Mom's not spending all this time doing this. No, because we talked about it. That's for somebody specific here. And then what do? I make sure that I make time for us. I cook dinner for us. We go on long walks. We go get bubble tea together. On weekends, I make sure I try to clear my schedule so that we do fun things together and we watch YouTube together and laugh about crazy things. You see what I'm saying? You create your life, Virgo, and your reality. You can balance all of that out. Now, for others of you, there's something about the past that you are holding on too tightly to for whatever reason. It's time to let that go. For somebody here, it's a divorce. It's time to let that go. For others of you, there's some childhood trauma. There's some childhood healing that still needs to be accomplished here in 2022 for some of you. This is also about tenderness and sweetness for yourself. Taking care of yourself. That might be a big challenge. And Virgo, we know that you are these beautiful people who are very service-oriented, and that's one of the beautiful qualities about you. But I do know some Virgos, and for me, I have strong Virgo in my chart. I did too much of that, and I wasn't balancing myself out, and I was not taking care of me. When you focus on yourself and you choose yourself, you take care of yourself, you are choosing God. You are taking care of the vessel that God gave you, the soul that God gave you, because we cannot take care of others as best as we are supposed to, let alone heal other people and help others to encourage and empower them if we are not healthy, if we are not in a strong, solid, stable place, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all that stuff, right? So this may be about some of you, it's time for some self-care, nurturing yourself, being tender with yourself and being kind to yourself. But yeah, if there's something in the past that's haunting you, Virgo, it's time to release that. You may be getting nostalgic about something. Maybe romanticizing the past. things were easier, things were more fun as a child, or things were easier a few years ago, and I don't know about this journey. I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this. Again, you are cut out for this. It says right here, you were made for this. There's nothing you can't do. As I said at the beginning, you have unlimited potential. All right. This is a big thing for you, Virgo, to let go of the past and to not romanticize it either. I will say, for the others of you where you've accomplished this and you are on your path already and you have become the Queen of Pentacles, there's a reconciliation here. There's somebody coming back from the past to reconcile with you. This is soulmate, light counterpart / twin flame energy card. Yeah, I said that. You get what I'm saying. That's that type of energy, soulmate, light counterpart, twin flame energy right here. Somebody's coming back from the past to reconcile with you, okay? That could be where this offer is. Maybe they're offering you commitment or a business opportunity or both, all right? Something for the long term. This is a very loyal person who's coming back from the past. They're not full of it. They're not full of tricks. We have court cards here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. He's the most loyal, honest, devoted person of all the knights, okay? So somebody's coming back to offer you a long-time commitment. Maybe they want to build a family with you, because I keep looking at these kids in the house here. Making peace, making amends. This is peace, balance, and harmony here too. Now, there may be a challenge for some of you where somebody keeps coming back from the past and they may continue to take from you or take advantage of you. That's what I heard for somebody. And maybe this is the time with that Page of Swords energy that we talked about. You need to communicate clearly. You need to speak your piece. That something, or it's a family member or whomever, a friend, you can't keep coming back here and just showing up and then taking from me and leaving. This is done. That's for somebody here. Again, with that Ten of Swords energy, that's ending. That's ending in 2022. Now, Virgo, please bear with me because there's some issue with my charging here. Okay, it says my battery's gonna die, which I know it's not. Okay, that should do it. All right. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, indecision. You're overthinking. You're overanalyzing. You're over-romanticizing the past. You may be all up in your head about the past or about this person who keeps coming in and taking advantage of you, something along those lines. This is you being honest with yourself and making clear decisions. This is about you trusting your intuition. See what this guy's doing here? He has this option and this option. And sometimes you guys get frozen with indecision and you are afraid to make that choice because you're thinking it's the wrong choice. You see how this guy is meditating? He's going within. He's tapping into his intuition. He's probably also consulting his angels and his guides for the answer. That is what maybe your challenge is going to be for 2022, Virgo, about really trusting your gut. Okay? Listening to your intuition, especially if there's somebody with the past about who comes back and nothing really materializes or nothing advances. That's time for you to make that decision to speak your truth here with one of those swords. All right. With overanalyzing, that tends to be a Virgo detail. You see, Virgo quality. I know, because again, I have very strong Virgo on my chart. That is one of the things that I had to learn not to do. It's good to pay attention to detail, again, with the Knight of Pentacles, but sometimes, you know, with Virgo energy, you can overdo it, all right? And you guys are ruled by Mercury as well, along with Gemini. So there's that thought process here where maybe you might be too much up in the mind, okay? Maybe you're avoiding the truth. You're avoiding a situation. You may be avoiding facing reality. Again, with somebody here where you're concerned about your kids or a child because you're a single parent, or maybe you're not even a single parent. You're married and you want to do something different and you have responsibilities with children. you're indecisive. You're not sure if you are going to take this path about focusing on yourself and your well-being. There is such a thing as healthy selfishness, Virgo. I already explained earlier about what I did with my son, okay? And everything worked out harmoniously. I asked God, what do I do? And God was helping me with that. And we are cool. I do my thing, and I'm not neglecting my son at the same time. And I'm sure some of you are like, well, I have more than one kid. Again, go within. God's going to support you either way, Virgo. If this thing about being afraid to make a choice because you think your kids are going to be affected, don't worry about that. God's got this. Give it to God. Go within. He's going to give you the solution on how to deal with this when you're focusing on your mission, your business, because the Queen of Pentacles is a business person too. Okay. Really, really focusing on yourself. God understands that you have kids. He knows this. But again, you're ultimately responsible for your well-being and your happiness in your life. So God doesn't want you to get up in your head and start avoiding the situation because you have kids and you can't do anything. That's not true. That's a self-limiting belief. Okay? Go within. God's going to give you the answer. Just like what this guy's doing. You're going to have that epiphany. Ace of Swords is epiphanies. Clarity. Solutions to problems. All right? Start working more on asking your guides and your angels, tapping to your higher self to get that clarity. All right? And again, releasing that past. Some of you are not facing the truth that you do know. You have to stop romanticizing the past and you have to let go of whatever happened in the past. You learn from the past, okay? It helps us to become the people who we were made to be. Without that, we would just be some boring random people, okay? It's part of your mission. Let's see what's going to help you with your biggest challenge with the Six of Cups. Oh, wow, that was fast. Oh, there it is. It's the Five of Pentacles. This is about seeking help. All right? There's help for you. That is why I was talking about the Two of Swords. Some of you have a hard time asking others for help, especially if you're in a financial bind. Again, it's not a sign of weakness. That's probably why I channeled that before, because look, this is coming out in the cards as the Five of Pentacles. What's going to help you with this challenge here, especially if there's something with kids, Virgo, is that you have to have the courage to ask somebody for help. Whether it's family, friends, don't be ashamed, okay? This is like shamefulness here. This is self-pity. This is the woe is me card. That's not going to help you. What's going to help you is you seeking the courage to ask for help and not seeing it as a sign of weakness, right? This is also a card about you asking your guides, your angels, and your ancestors for help. That's why I said with the Two of Swords, go within. Consult your guides, consult the angels, consult God to help you gain that clarity. On whatever situation you feel you're in a bind in, okay? This is also victimization. We're not going to get in these energies in 2022, Virgo. This is a very low vibrational card. Low vibrational things attract more low vibrational things. If you continue to have lack mentality, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have enough, you will continue to attract you don't have something, right? You're longing for things to change, but you're not taking action on it. Again, this is about change. Something has to change here, Virgo. If you want to get out of this Five of Pentacles energy with lack of self-confidence and doubting, not trusting in your abilities, the woe is me card could even be physical illness, right? Some of you, again, with overdoing it, maybe with being of service to others, you have to start taking care of yourself. Again, that's why the Queen of Pentacles is a main focus for you. Okay, there's a lot of things you got to focus on for 2022, Virgo, but you can get through this as long as you focus on those things. All right? But yeah, what's really going to support you with the Six of Cups here, take care of your well-being, release the past, ask help if you need people to help you get through this, whether it's a spiritual advisor, a counselor, a therapist, a priest even, a rabbi, I don't know, whoever you feel you can confide in, whoever you feel that you know, somebody who's gone through something similar that you have, or that you're drawn to, or you feel like, you know what, I think that person can help me. Don't be afraid of asking them. It is not a sign of weakness. It isn't. But really start focusing on asking your guides and angels for help. They are here to help you. Trust me, I didn't do that until I really understood that they were really there. And oh my God, they helped me so much, even to this day. They keep me going. I ask for strength to do these readings because if you haven't seen, all my other signs are turning out to be 2-hour readings, okay? Or more. I ask God to give me that strength to get through this, to have the energy to do these yearly readings, okay? And whatever else that I'm doing. So don't be afraid. There's a silver lining to everything. You have to see that. This Five of Pentacles energy, Virgo, it's temporary, okay? And if you continuously feel rejected and abandoned by somebody, like I said, somebody coming back from your past and they take advantage of you and then they like walk away or something, that could very well be this energy. You keep getting rejected, feeling abandoned, feeling like out in the cold, that's gonna stop, right? Stop avoiding that. If you know that this person is causing you this lack of self-worth and this doubt, feeling sorry for yourself, oh, I'm a victim. Honestly, Virgo, that's on you if you continue to allow somebody to put you in these energies. I know this, Virgo, because I did the same thing. And I had to put an end to that, not only with my counterpart, but with so many other people, to include bosses and co-workers and other friends. Me being overly giving too much of service to others, I had to stop doing that. I had to find a balance in that. For those of you where the money is coming in, all right, maybe you've been in some sort of financial hardship. Your finances have been a little bit low. Maybe business isn't booming the way you would like. That is drastically changing. There's a silver lining here, Virgo. So keep your hopes up because we do have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles there with the Judgment card. And now we have another major arcana. We have Justice at the bottom of the deck. This is Libra energy. This is having more harmonious relationships. This is about balance and fairness and being just, doing the right thing, okay? Some of you know you need to do the right thing with speaking your truth, or to cut people out of your life who take advantage of you, people who keep coming back into your life just to take from you and leaving, okay? This is about understanding the consequences of your actions. Like I said, you know, if you are in this victimization mode and nothing is changing in your life, that's on you. This may be a very big life lesson for you to learn. And you have to see the truth in it. You cannot hide from the truth anymore. This is a big year for you. Okay? You gotta really face reality here, Virgo. And here's the thing. If you feel victimized by people or by a counterpart or soulmate or whomever, know that justice will be served, but God handles that. We don't get into vindictive mode. We don't start wishing badly upon a person. Oh, well, they're going to get a taste of their own medicine and they're going to get their karma and they're going to get what's coming to them. And I wish this upon them and hopefully their life is miserable. Or, you know, their life turns upside down. You know, if there's somebody who's doing that, Virgo, you know what that is? You are tapping into your ego and you are tapping into the devil energies. You're a divine being. Being in that energy closes your heart chakra. it blocks it. It blocks the manifestations of what you truly want, what your heart's desires are. It blocks you from true love coming in. True love is unconditional love. Anger, resentment, wishing bad things upon people, hoping that they get their karma and their justice, that's low vibrational. That will not attract justice that you are seeking. You can't force it. You can't wish it upon somebody. That is up to God and God alone. It's a major arcana. Let God handle it, okay? He's the one who knows what fairness and justice really is. Sometimes we think we do, but we really don't. That's not fair. That's not fair. Maybe in your eyes, Virgo, but not in God's. God sees everything. He sees things differently. So what you need to look at here is understand that God is going to bring justice to all parties. But that is God's doing. This is a karmic lesson. We all have to learn karmic lessons. We are not perfect. And when we realize that we allow people to do injustices to us, that is on us. That is a hard truth for people to understand. And I know this, Virgo, because I had a hard time understanding that, and now I do. It is up to me to be surrounded by harmonious things, high vibrational things, because I have to vibrate at that level, okay? For others of you, if this is a legal matter, okay, I did talk about divorce. This is going to work in your favor, okay? There's going to be fairness on both sides, on both parties, for both parties. Others of you, with this money thing, right? Some of you you may have walked away from a very high paying job, is what I'm hearing, okay? You were making a lot of money, but you gave that up to follow your guidance. You heeded the call with the Judgment card, and you said you walking away from everything in the past. You walked away from that life. It's like Eight of Cups that you once lived. And you were focusing on your mission. You ended up being way more happier without that high paying job, without that job that you thought was giving you prestige and I'm hearing like glory. I don't know why I'm hearing that, or some sort of status, right? You maybe had a very high profile job for somebody here. You left all that. You ended up being in Five of Pentacles energy. Maybe you weren't completely broke, but you had to manage your money better, or there wasn't enough coming in and you had to shift things around. But because you learned that money wasn't everything, and you were in a high vibrational state, regardless of you being in Five of Pentacles energy, where there wasn't really that much that you used to have, that was a karmic lesson for you, and now you're receiving your karmic payout. You paid off your karmic debt, is what I just heard. Okay. There's a great reward for you because you've paid off your karmic debt, and now you're getting your karmic payout with this, because you've learned your lessons, especially for somebody here with regards to being overly of service to people and or focusing too much on material things. All right. Okay. That's very specific. All right, guys, let's see why the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Judgment card, and the Spirit. What's the other one? Ten of Swords. Thank you. Now the Ten of Swords are here. Can you please clarify those cards for us, for our highest good? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. I just heard somebody's taking notes, or some people have been taking notes from my yearly readings. That's pretty awesome. I would take notes too. I've done that when I started getting some other, looking at other people's readings when I started my journey, or healing, I should say, and I would take notes. Okay, guys, hold on. I don't know what's going on. There's still a battery issue here. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know why this is happening. Hopefully that works. Well, if it cuts off, it cuts off, and then I'll fix it, and then I'll keep recording. Enjoy the journey. The fun is in getting there. Acknowledge your progress, travel, mental vacations, be spontaneous. See, this is the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, right? It's a long journey, but he's sticking to it. He's going to enjoy it along the way. He's enjoying the scenery around him, because that's earth energy, right? Traveling out in nature. Acknowledge your progress, right? Celebrate your successes, okay? It takes a long time. Be patient, but celebrate your successes, but stick to your goals. All right. You know, with travel, I was going to say this before. This Knight of Pentacles, this does involve some sort of travel for some. Long distance travel, maybe. It can also be moving to a rural area. All right. Or traveling to a rural area. We have the highest expression. Fulfilling life purpose, soul contract, destiny, co-creating with universe, bliss, knows worth. See, that's the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Co-creating with the universe, that's what the Empress does, and the Queen of Pentacles is the minor arcana of the Empress. All right, pretty much do the same thing. This is really about focusing on fulfilling your life's purpose. What was I saying? What you were called here to do. You were born for this. It's part of your soul contract. Remember, you signed up for this, okay? Focusing on following your destiny and understanding that you can raise at this high vibration of bliss. That's the highest frequency of all. And as you do that, you're really going to understand more about your worth, and you're going to have all of these wonderful things come to you instead of you chasing it. Oh, I said this before, loving all of you. Love and accept your inner darkness for greatest self-love. Deeply healing world mirrors us. See that duality, the yin yang, balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Okay, as you're going through this journey and really focusing on your self-care as you're preparing yourself for that mission and start working towards fulfilling your life's purpose. All right. Love every part of you. And if you can't do that, Virgo, maybe that's been an issue for you. Maybe you started to realize that people don't fully love you for who you are. Maybe people would love you for certain qualities and not other things, right? So if that's happening, especially with your love life, and maybe with friends and coworkers, it could be that. It's probably because for you, you don't love all of yourself, which is probably why this is here. The Queen of Pentacles loves everything about her. She has a dark side to her too, right? All tarot cards have a darkness to them. Own that, okay? It's part of who you are. But you do have a choice to either stay in the dark or be in the light. But remember, you have to love all parts of you. And then other people will love all of you too. Perspective. Gaining clarity, see other side, consideration, impression versus fact. Taking responsibility for your life. What did I say with the Knight of Pentacles? Taking responsibility for your life and gaining clarity. Understanding I'm responsible for my life, not anybody else. The next step. Daily steps towards your dream, manageable goals, mentorship, doors opening, success. There will be success here, Virgo, if you just stick to it. Again, the Knight of Pentacles energy, you follow through with the task at hand. It's a long journey, but you will get there. There will be success. The Knight of Pentacles always gets there, all right? Daily steps toward your dream. That's the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Swords. We don't blaze through when it comes to our healing, our deep healing, like that other card talked about. We don't blaze through with, working our mission. It's a step. They're baby steps, all right? Just go with the flow, all right? Again, Rome wasn't built in a day. Manageable goals. What was I talking about with setting those goals and sticking to them with the Knight of Pentacles energy? That's why I said Knight of Pentacles is the strongest one. That's why it came out in the front. It's manifested. New desired reality is already present in your life. Vibrational alignment. Astrology gives edge. See, when I talked about, in order for you to attract the high vibrational things like true love and wealth and prosperity, harmony, bliss. You have to be in alignment with that. And when you are already believing that you already have it, that helps with raising your vibration, and it speeds up the manifestation of it. But you also have to give gratitude at the same time. Believe that what you want, what your heart's desires truly are, that it's already in your life. It's about the feeling of it, because feeling is energy. When you feel it, that vibration, a high vibration, gets set down to the universe, and the universe picks it up, and they're saying, where is that vibration coming from Virgo? Oh, what are they thinking about? What are they so high vibe about? Oh, okay. Oh, so they believe they already have it. They're deserving of this. They're acting like the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we're going to do our part to make that happen, whatever this is. Okay. There might be something about astrology. Maybe some of you might need to do some research on astrology, because we saw the Page of Swords there. Oh my gosh, I had a feeling this card was going to come out. Look, growing, success, abundance, generosity, be excited, stay on the path, improvement, manifesting affluence. For those of you who've been on the path and you were sticking to it hardcore, this is money again. You have been manifesting affluence, and you are going to get it. All right. This is a word of encouragement for those of you who are not sure about this, who haven't really focused on your self-care and your life's purpose yet. This is what we will get when you follow all the other guidance that we talked about. Abundance, generosity. Be excited, Virgo, for those of you who've been really working hard and you haven't given up. You kept getting up, you kept persevering, and you were patient. You are now going to be even more successful in 2022. There's huge success coming to you in 2022, and a lot of money's coming with it. Others of you have that abundance mindset, okay? Get into that feeling of having this already, being successful, all right? It says growing success. You have to put in the work, right? It's like when you plant the seed, you have to water it, you have to make sure the soil's good, all that other stuff. And it doesn't grow overnight, right? Even when it sprouts, and then you get the actual tree, the apples don't come as the leaves are growing, right? That comes after. Be patient and celebrate your successes along the way, as I talked about. Future you now is at the bottom of the deck. You're already that person, deserving. You have arrived. Bucket list, achieving your dream. See? Who you want to be, imagine that you're already that person now. Watch how things shift for you. You are already the Queen of Pentacles. Believe in that, but take the steps necessary to really work on that, on yourself, okay? Let's see why the Six of Cups is here. Why is the Six of Cups here? Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Oh my. Surprise. Virgo, in a way that you wouldn't expect, a gift from the universe, intense, twist of fate, eclipse news. Okay, so for some of you, with somebody coming back, yeah, they want to reconcile with you. They want to build a family with you. They're coming back as a completely different person. Again, they're making you a solid, stable offer, maybe even some money they're going to give you. Even a contract. I said it could all be all the above, but this person is very loyal and honest and dedicated, because we have the Knight of Pentacles here. This person's coming back. You probably didn't think that they were going to come back, but they are. Because now you are in vibrational alignment with this high vibration card. I know, I saw it. Highest expression. Both of you are vibrating at the violet flame level, the highest expression. And now you have called your soulmate back. You've called your person back, okay? It's coming out of nowhere. It's like eclipse energy, right? Expect the unexpected is what I just heard. Twist of fate. There are a lot of fated events happening because of the astrological transits going on right now. A gift from the universe. I talked about a gift. This is a very solid, stable gift. It comes with money. It comes with loyalty. It could even be a marriage proposal. Whatever this is, okay? and this is happening. You may have been thinking how this was going to happen, but it's going to really turn your world upside down, because you're going to be like, holy cow, I had no idea this is how it was going to happen this way. All right. Now, for others of you, because this is your big challenge for 2022, I'm hearing a tower moment with this card. Okay. Something's going to be happening with regards to letting go of the past, or having a hard time letting go of the past, that the universe is going to kind of support you with helping you with that. Okay. Or this could be with the guidance that I was giving you guys about if somebody keeps coming back into your space out of nowhere and they take advantage of you and leave again, something like that. Sounds like Knight of Wands energy. You're going to be able to get the support from your guides, your angels, to really speak your truth, and you're no longer going to be indecisive about it. And you're going to say, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm going to focus on myself, my well-being, my wellness, focus on my business, focus on this, focus on my dreams, my goals, my aspirations, and I'm going to really stick to it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes and have patience and be diligent on working towards bettering myself and building an empire for myself. Okay. Maybe that's what that surprise is. That all of a sudden you're not going to get caught up in the past anymore. You're not going to be romanticizing the past. And it's going to be done, and you're going to be able to move on with your life. For others of you, with regards to children that I talked about, you're getting some gift from the universe. Either you're going to get a windfall of money, or somebody's going to give you some help to help with the kids, or they might even give you some actual physical help where they may take the kids for some time while you work on your business, while you work on your self-care, while you work on your mission. I don't know. It's a general reading. There's a lot coming with this, but either way, for all of you, there's a surprise coming. And it's going to help you with this major challenge. All right. Darkest before dawn is at the bottom of the deck. Breakdown before breakthrough. Major shift is in progress. Dissolving barriers, ascending. See? There's a major shift happening here. It's always darkest before the dawn, but remember, it's going to get better. This surprise is going to cause a major shift. All right. And for those who are reconciling, somebody coming back from the past, reconcile with you, there's a major shift that is happening in 2022 with your connection with this person. And others of you, the surprise is going to cause a shift. It's going to really catapult you forward, Virgo. So be accepting of that and be prepared, and just go with the flow with this. Okay. Let's see why the Five of Pentacles is here. Okay. All right. Give me a minute. You saw all those cards fly out. Let's start with this first. How to manifest. State thought. I have, believe, feel, having it. Inspired action. Know it's done. Have fun. Align, receive. See? Receiving help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help, receive it. And this is also about boosting your manifestation skills. I am going to pull a card on how to help you boost your manifestation skills at the end of the reading. Paradigm shift. New experience is integrating now. Materialization, growth, expansion, progression, cycles, and change. Big shifts. There's big shifts for a lot of you guys in 2022, okay? Big shift, and some of you who are feeling victimized all the time or feeling rejected, you're really going to be stepping into your power. This is what a lot of people are going to be called to do. It's like the universe is really going to be pushing this for a lot of the collective. It's not just for Virgos, okay? But more so for Virgos. But again, it depends what else is in your chart. But major shifts, guys. Oh my gosh. And for those of you, your money situation is drastically changing. It comes with this reconciliation, reunion, all types of stuff. Okay. Flamingo, enjoy friends, balancing chaos, dealing with your emotions, mastering your energy vibration. Yep. Inspired thoughts. Alignment brings incredible ideas, new thoughts, new decisions, new immediate action, new reality. A lot of new things are coming, and this is going to be out of your life here. Seeking help and really connecting more with your guides is really going to be a game changer for you. And watch how everything shifts. Look, giving and receiving. Everything is energy, reciprocity. Give, receive easily to others and yourself. Random acts of kindness. See, understanding the law of equal give and take. I talked about that because some of you were giving too much and not receiving. This is changing in 2022. Mindfulness. Awareness of thoughts without judgment. Meditate, breathe, yoga, being present, grace. A lot of you are going to be spending more time and having this mindfulness and being at peace with yourself, maybe doing some more yoga or more meditating or something like that to bring you more to a more peaceful state, inflow state, in the zone, loving life, focused, high frequency, skill meets challenge, flotation therapy. Being in the zone, right? Maintaining that high frequency. This is going to help you with getting out of this Five of Pentacles energy. You have to believe in yourself. Know that you are deserving of love, that you are worthy of wonderful things. You are worthy of love. You are a powerhouse. You are the Queen of Pentacles already. Imagine you are already that, because you are God within. You have those abilities, Virgo. A lot of the stuff's going to be changing where you're no longer going to feel like a victim, feel rejected, feel left out of the cold. You're really going to own up to your power. All right. And you're going to learn better how to raise your vibration and to keep it there. Oh, incoming, news message, game changer, surprise invitation, insights, gift, making connections. I talked about a gift. All right. There's some gift coming to you. There's a lot of stuff going on for you in 2022, Virgo. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. That a message is coming in. It's going to shift things. Again, there's a big union here, reconciliation, Virgo. Your life is really changing. For those of you who've really been doing the work, and others of you, whatever message is coming in, I talked about that Page of Swords, right? There's some sort of communication that's going to change things around. And it does come as a surprise, right? It's an unexpected message. So you could be invited to something, whatever this is. Just be prepared for this, right? There's something coming in. Release attachment. Be free of expectations. Feel great about letting go. Longing gives vibe of not having. Wasn't I talking about that last part right there? Release expectations. Don't focus on the outcomes of things. Visualize it, but don't get so caught up in it. Don't be so far into the future wondering how it will happen, when it will happen, all those things, okay? Release that. Just know that it will happen, that it is already here, okay? Let go of the past. Let go of things that are holding you back. Again, lack attracts lack. The longing gives vibe of not having. You're longing for somebody. You're longing to have more money. You're longing to have love. That means that you're focusing on not having it. And when you're focusing on not having it, it won't come to you. It's not a vibrational match, right? Inner work. Heal yourself first. You'll attract what you are. Choose partners that want to grow with you. See, do the work. Heal yourself first. You're going to attract what you are. If you are Five of Pentacles, Virgo, you will attract Five of Pentacles. It's time for you to start getting out of this Five of Pentacles energy and start healing yourself and asking people for help. Consulting your guides, your angels, and God for help. Allowing. Relax, enjoy yourself, have faith, allow situations to unfold. Answers come, the highest outcome. See? Take some rest. Take yourself on a vacation, staycation, whatever. Enjoy life. That's what the Queen of Pentacles does. She allows herself, she puts in the hard work for things, and she takes breaks. She enjoys what she has built. Okay? She allows herself to take time out for herself. And allow yourself to receive is what I'm hearing too. What did I talk about? Creating your reality. Live your best life by design. You have amazing experiences, freedom, lifestyle, infinite potential. I was talking about infinite potential there. And creating your reality. Observe. Not getting caught in the story or details. Total acceptance of what is. Step back. See the bigger picture. Watch your thoughts and look at things from a higher perspective. Okay? Look at the bigger picture. Don't be focusing on these one little two nitpicky things. Look at it from a broader view. All right? And accept what is. Acceptance is going to be a big thing for you in 2022. Okay? The bottom of the deck is specificity matters. The universe can only give you what you ask for. Narrow it down. Be as specific as it feels good. See? Be specific. If you want love, Virgo, let's say that's what you're asking. The universe can be like, well, does Virgo want conditional love or unconditional love? Does people want love? Does Virgo want love where people only love them for what they look like, or love them because they're so generous and kind, or love them because of status or something? Or do you want love where somebody loves all of you? We have the love all of you card, and I talked about that. If you can't love all of yourself, no one is going to love all of you, or maybe your parents might. But you get my point, right? Because quite a few of you are looking for romantic love. Why can't I have somebody love me the way that I love people? But how are you loving people? But it's not about that really, Virgo. It's about how are you loving yourself. You can't love others if you can't love yourself, and others people will not love you the way you want to be loved if you cannot love yourself the same way. Be specific. I want divine, harmonious love. I want unconditional love, not conditional love. Those types of things, okay? Be specific on what it is that you want, okay? Oh my gosh. Let's see what is energies are surrounding you with quarter one of 2022. Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, Sirians. What energies are surrounding Virgo in 2021? Oh, I'm sorry, 2022. What am I doing? January, February, March of 2022. Spirit guides and angels. What energies are surrounding Virgo during that time? Please and thank you. Okay. And part of the beginning of 2021 is Capricorn season. So around Capricorn season, Virgo, you're really going to have to be letting go of your fears and facing your demons, doing shadow work, okay? Releasing attachments to things, right? We have it there. Release attachments to things. Toxic relationships, toxic jobs, toxic friendships, whatever this is. Obsessions with things, longing for things, right? Possessiveness, feeling like a victim, right? These are the energies surrounding you for January, February, March, okay? And apparently the majority of this is going to be happening during Capricorn season, so that's like, because we're in it now. That will last until January 20th, 21st, I don't know, but it's towards the end of January, right? This is going to be quite significant, and this is a major arcana here, Virgo. So this might be something where the devil or the dark forces may really be trying to come after you, because if you're watching this reading or you're already getting these signs and synchronicities about really stepping up and following your mission and living your life's purpose. I know that happened to me. When I started my awakening, I had these dark forces come after me like crazy, okay? There might be spiritual attacks happening the first quarter of 2022, Virgo. Be careful with that. Just pray, okay? And make sure that you are rested, that you take your sea salt baths to remove all toxins, that you keep your vibration high, all those other things, okay? This is not to scare you, obviously. This is just, you know, for you to take precaution. But there's this thing about how really in the first quarter, it's really going to be a very optimal time for you to release attachments and fears and uncertainties and victimhood and doubts and all this stuff, okay? This is gonna go. It's gonna go. Material attachments, all right? The 3D world, okay? That might be causing a whirlwind where it might be like, oh my gosh, the devil's like, no, Virgo, you need all of this stuff, when you don't. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Cups, the illusions, distractions. Don't believe what anybody else is telling you unless it is for your highest good, unless people are encouraging you and empowering you, right? Be careful what you see on social media, what you hear out there. I'm hearing the devil will be instilling a lot of fear for you the first quarter of 2022, Virgo. They do not want you to give into that fear. Again, that's why they really want you to consult God, your angels, your ancestors. Pray a lot. I'm hearing pray a lot. Don't get caught up in the shiny object syndrome. This is clouded judgment. There's something here with this devil energy, dark forces, that are really going to confuse you greatly, because you are getting this calling and you're going to have this feeling like, I really got to change my life. I got to get ready for my mission. It's the same thing that happened to me again, Virgo, when I really had that massive epiphany and I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm here to do. I was actually physically attacked by the dark forces. I got scratches all over my back, and the scratches were happening up until they completely stopped, because the dark forces were like, okay, this is not working. So, and I kept praying and sending love to the devil and the dark forces, and it finally went away, and I was staying in my light. Okay. So I'm not saying that will happen to you. It might, Virgo. Don't freak out. Again, this is what happens, because you cannot have light without dark. And for those of you whose light gets brighter, that tends to happen. And sometimes further on down the line, they really try to pull you back into this 3D world, into feeling confused, into pulling you back into distractions, feeling distracted. Oh, taking you away from your purpose. Nope. Do not let the devil get you with this. Okay, Virgo? Don't let that happen. All right? Stay in the light. Don't lose focus on your mission. Whatever you do, don't. Stay on task. Okay? Let's see what's happening quarter 2 of 2022. Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. What energies are surrounding Virgo in quarter 2? Oh my Lord. What? Oh my God, I said Ace of Pentacles, right? And look what I also said. The Star card. You can't make it up. You saw me shuffle. I called this. I called a lot of these cards. Here it is. The Ace of Pentacles. Virgo. April, May, June of 2022, you're going to be handed something very significant. Could very well be a windfall of money. This is a second chance at life. This is a fresh new start. Once you overcome this devil energy, not getting caught up in the 3D world, okay? Now here's one thing. Some of you can accelerate this, okay? Again, it's a general reading because everyone's going to do it differently. Some people are really going to jump on it and be gung-ho. They're going to get that spark and be like, I got to do this now. This Ace of Pentacles may very well happen in quarter 1, January, February, March of 2022 instead of the second quarter, okay? It depends on you. You can accelerate this. This is what I'm hearing. I've never done this in these readings yet before, but this is the reason why I'm channeling this for you, Virgo. They're telling me that you can accelerate this, where this Ace of Pentacles is presented to you sooner than quarter 2 if you are able to overcome the distractions and the cloud of judgment and the illusions that this devil is trying to put in your face, okay? The longer you take, the more you prolong this. But some of you, this may actually happen sooner than you think if you're able to defeat the devil. That's what I just heard. In a short amount of time between January, February, March of 2022, more so Capricorn season in 2022, okay? Oh my God, Virgo, I can't get over this because I channeled this. The Ace of Pentacles, okay? It's a new beginning for you. Completely. Virgo, for those of you who've been really working on your path, and I'm hearing somebody here has Virgo in the second house. Something with Jupiter, Saturn in the second house, and Virgo. That's for somebody specific. If you had that in your chart, Virgo, oh my gosh, your karmic payout from Saturn, Jupiter and Saturn are joining forces to bring you something big. I hear huge. They're saying, don't use the word big, Jess. It's huge. Quarter 2 is probably where the game changer is going to happen. Maybe for some of you, somebody's going to gift you a house, or you're going to buy a house, or you're going to move into a new house. A beautiful, big house is what I'm hearing in quarter 2. All right. April, May, June. This is a fresh new start for others of you. This is a second chance at life. I was talking about that. You were made for this, Virgo. You are now stepping into your power, into your purpose. Some of you, and look, keep in mind, this is not going to be for all of you. This is more so for those with the money thing who have been doing this for a while, who are already living their purpose. Again, for those of you who are not quite there yet, don't get discouraged. This is empowering you and encouraging you that this can be yours too when you do the work, okay? When you're standing in your power and you're living your life's purpose, you're fulfilling it, okay? Those of you who are already doing this, there's a windfall of money. I mean, guys, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace. What was I talking about? And they're holding the Ace, right? This is a major gift from God. This is a major blessing here. You're going to come into some very serious financial stability and security here, April, May, June of 2022, Virgo. And again, for some of you, this could very well be more accelerated. This could happen in quarter 1 as opposed to quarter 2. They keep telling me this. This is for like 1 or 2 people. Because some people have really mastered themselves and they don't allow the devil to get the best of them, okay? And the devil energies do come in right before some miracle occurs. I'm seeing this as a miracle too, all right? There's miracles happening in quarter 2 of 2022 here, Virgo, whether you're on the path or not, okay? God is giving you this opportunity to start life anew, starting over, all right? It's coming with some sort of gift. It could be, I talked about the reward, right? But this could also be about being gifted with extra abilities or extra talents that you didn't know you had that you're going to use to build financial wealth for yourself. That's for those of you who are starting on this path in 2022. The others of you have done this, and now there's like, and again, when I talked about the 5 of Pentacles, those of you who have businesses and things haven't been working out well, right? Maybe not getting enough clients, or your business isn't where you want to be. Blam. Quarter 2, everything changes. Everything changes. That money comes in. This could be a big contract, a new career opportunity that comes with a lot of money, all right? We talked about that with that Knight of Pentacles, a lot of abundance and prosperity. There's money here for those of you who've really been putting in the work. Star card at the bottom of the deck. This is Aquarius energy, okay? Stars are aligning. This is about, for those of you who are really going to be focusing on your mission, this is the mission card. This is your life's purpose. Your destiny. And we saw destiny here, one of those cards, right? You're really going to be building something more solid and stable because you're going to be fulfilling your life's purpose, your destiny, what you're fated to do. This is also about great healing, renewal, and rejuvenation, taking better care of yourself, to realign your chakras, to have them fully open and unblocked, and everything is like fully in alignment to help you be more in alignment with God, with the heavens, with the universe, okay? It's funny because every time I see this, they tell me, this may be a message for me, but this is my Capella star, the synchronicity in this. That's why I have the 8-pointed star at the top of my logo there. It was inspired by the star here. This is essentially where all of you are going to be. You're going to become that star. And I did say some of you are going to be famous. There's fame here that's part of your destiny, okay? It's not for everybody. It's just for some. It doesn't mean that if you don't achieve fame here or being famous, being a star, It doesn't mean that your purpose isn't going to be worth anything, okay? Don't take that as that. But as I said, some people have higher callings where you're going to be put on the world stage, a global stage, and this is it. This is for some, not for all right? Now, for those of you who are working towards your mission, this will happen in the future. It's kind of like I'm projecting something further out than 2022 for some of you, okay? Others of you, there's this big contract that's coming in, or some huge offer, job opportunity, new career, whatever this is. It's going to bring fame and fortune to you. I don't see the wheel of fortune yet, but I'm feeling it. For some of you, there's stardom here. There's actual fame here. Somebody's becoming famous around Q2. Again, that's the next level of your mission. Because some of you are being called to fulfill your purpose on a much larger scale, on a bigger platform, okay? Others of you, this is a fresh new start with really focusing on your healing and really getting down to the nitty-gritty of fulfilling your life's purpose, your mission. Make sure you have hope and faith in this, okay? When you embark on this new journey, when the second quarter comes around, there's this peace here, there's harmony. You're really going to be starting a big healing phase in Q2, okay? Again, April, May, June. Look what's after that, the Three of Wands. Your ships are coming in. All your hard work is paid off. I talked about that. This is abundance because you've been patient. Others of you, this is about being patient. Everything happens in divine timing. Some of you, divine timing is here in Q2, all right? Because you're now in high frequency, high vibrational alignment. And for those of you coming into union with your person, you're both aligned here, all right? Don't rest on your laurels. Look what's at the top as I talk about union. It's the Lover's card. For some of you, union may very well be coming in Q2. Again, they're saying this could be accelerated, right? Because this is a general reading. There's sacred union here. There's marriage. You might be getting married and starting a family. And, you know, this is a completely new life for you where you're going to be in this deep soul connection, but it is a connection ordained by God. The archangel is here. I believe it's Archangel Gabriel is here. All right. Both of you are now aligned with God at your highest frequency, at the violet flame level, and you have completed your emotional healing, both of you. You no longer question God. You no longer question things. You are always consulting God for everything, or your guides, your angels for everything. All right. Is that the Queen of Wands there? See what I talked about with the Queen of Wands with the reward card? She didn't flip out, but they wanted me to keep going here. What did I say? Queen of Wands energy, right? Those of you being rewarded and you calling in your counterpart, your soulmate, you were this person right now. Very charismatic. You're an excellent leader. Everybody loves coming to you for what you do. You're very gifted. You're very psychic, and you have this thing about you. You could be very attractive, and people absolutely love coming to you for guidance or for what it is that you do. And you've built a business for yourself doing this with your spirituality, whatever this is, and now you're going to be gifted. This is part of your reward right here. A very harmonious, sacred marriage, connection with somebody, deep soul connection. All right. What's going on Q3 for Virgo in 2022? Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. Oh my God, Virgo, we have the World card here. Okay. Wow. With I'm trying to get the month straight, guys. Hold on. July, August, September. Q3 2022, there could be travel involved. You may be moving, or maybe your new opportunity is going to involve world travel. I did talk about being on the world stage. Again, that's for some of you. There is some great achievement, some world recognition, some world success here coming in quarter three for some of you in 2022. This is huge. This is probably the best reading that I've done yet, Virgo. And for those of you who are really going to focus on your mission, this is what will be yours if you're able to get through this. The cards don't lie, okay? This opportunity that's being presented to some of you, Virgo, you're going to be on the world stage. It's what I kept channeling. That's the leveling up, okay? And it came out in the world card. Some incredible success is here for you. July, August, September, Virgo. This is really big, okay? A chapter in your life is closing out and a new one is beginning. This is being ultimately fulfilled and feeling completely whole. Things are coming full circle. You have done the impossible. You have achieved something great that so many people have that they are unable to do. They just give up, and you didn't. And God saw that. And boy, are you going to be recognized for all the hard work you've done on a global scale. But you are going to be given some great success here. And now a completely new beginning starts sometime between July, August, September of 2022. You've done it, Virgo. You've done the impossible. All right. And this does involve travel. You're moving or you're traveling a lot for your job. And it's funny that I say that because look what's at the bottom of the deck. It's the Eight of Wands. That's travel. That's relocation. There's a lot of activity going on. This may very well be, Virgo, that because you're going to be put on this world stage, all these people are going to come to you. This could be like a whole bunch of admirers too, because these are Cupid's arrows. Maybe it may not be admirers like suitors or something, but it's more like with this world recognition, this ultimate success here, it's like people are going to be like, oh my gosh, look what Virgo's doing. And people are going to be flocking to you for whatever it is that you do. That's what I'm getting with these energies, okay? Again, travel, a lot of travel. It could be a lot of air travel because Eight of Wands talks about air travel, all right? Virgo, for those of you who've really accomplished this great thing, you've accomplished the impossible. You are in full alignment with your higher self, okay? Because Eight of Wands is also about alignment, okay? Things are moving fast. Things are taking off for you in July, August, September of 2022, Virgo. You are not gonna know what is night and day, what day it is. You're not gonna see things coming. Things are going to be going around you so rapidly, you're going to be like, what is going on? Life is going to rapidly change for you with this success, okay? A lot of movement, a lot of activity, many things happening at once. And yes, for some of you, some of this does involve traveling. It could very well involve travel with regards to this new opportunity that's being presented to you, okay? I've been getting that a lot for a lot of signs, something with a lot of travel in 2022, which is kind of interesting. You know, people are like, well, we know with what's going on in the world, but we're not going to focus on that, right? Because God knows what's going on and we're going to follow what God tells us to do, right? We're not going to let anything hinder our progress or hinder our successes, stuff like that, right? There may be some communication coming in out of the blue where it's going to close out a cycle of something, okay? That might be the incoming message, right? The surprise in a way you wouldn't expect, because this is out of the blue energy. It's like fast moving stuff, fast communication, things popping up out of nowhere. Could even be somebody traveling to you out of nowhere, right? Showing up at your house. I don't know. Or you just suddenly having to travel for something. It's like you got to pack your bags and go, I just heard. okay? Major things are completing here. And for those of you on your path, okay, with this fresh new start, right? Doing all this healing and following your purpose, here's the thing, Virgo, you're going to complete some great healing here by Q3. Could be like by the end of September 2022. And you're going to finish a cycle with regards to your mission and your healing by this time. Okay, provided that you stick to it and you work hard at it. All right? You take this opportunity from God and you work on yourself and you work on your purpose, on your life's mission and your healing. And you continue to have faith and hope as you pursue this journey, and you're going to have some great success. And this part of your journey is going to close out and another one's going to begin. There's like a shift here. We talked about like paradigm shifts and stuff, right? With what's going to support you. And again, maybe some of you may be literally moving during this time frame in 2022, okay? Or you receive some sort of message and it's going to help you move to the next phase of your journey. I don't know. It's different for everybody, okay? Because it's a general reading. Either way, things are taking off for all of you, Virgo. July, August, September 2022. I can't pinpoint one month because it's general. It's all different for everybody, but it's within that time frame. Okay, and remember, energies are always changing. As they're telling me it, they're saying to me, they're saying it to me again. For some of you, there's like 2 people here. They're saying a lot of this is going to be happening all at once. It's kind of like this is being accelerated because the world is catching up or something like that. The universe is catching up with you. And a lot of things are going to be happening within a shorter span of time. Okay? That's for somebody. Look, it's at the top again. It didn't move, the Lover's card. All right, let's see what's happening in Q4. What is going on for Virgo in Q4 of 2022? Spirit guides and angels for October, November, December 2022. Thank you. Well, we have 7 of Wands. Now this gets interesting. October, November, December 2022, Virgo. You're going to really have to be fighting off some people. That's why I was saying with this world recognition for some of you who've already been on your journey, who've been really pushing through and who've already been living your life's purpose, so many people are going to come to you. Oh, Virgo, I need your expertise. I need your help. I need you to help me with healing. I need you to help me with this. You're going to have to determine who you're going to accept and who you're not, is what I heard. That's kind of weird, but that's what they're telling me. All right. Everybody's going to be vying for your attention. Okay. And you're going to have to get onto this cliff and be like, okay, I'm going to try to hold all you people down. Again, like I said, with the 8 of Wands, things are going to be happening so fast. Things take off for you, Virgo, and it's going to be like you're feeling like you're fighting a battle or something like that, or all these people are coming to you and you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all these people or all these things, whatever this is. Now, this could also mean that because you get all of this world recognition or this success, people are going to try to take you down off of your throne, all right? Do not back down with whatever this is. Fourth quarter of 2022, Virgo, do not back down. Do not give up. You have to persevere, all right? Maybe for some of you here with being on this world stage and having this world recognition, right? But that's part of your purpose. Remember that you were born for this. You can handle this, all right? And we do know the more fame you have, the more people try to take you down, the more people try to sabotage you, the more people try to come at you, right? Don't worry about that. You will be able to handle this. Continue to consult your guides and your angels, okay? and God. With whatever this is in the fourth quarter, Virgo, continue to stand up for what you believe in. Some people may, oh, this is interesting. Some people may be calling you a fraud or fake, or trying to, they may be saying bad things about you or whatever. Just know that God knows what's going on. Stay true to your beliefs. There's going to be some challenges possibly here at the end of the year, okay? Continue to stand up for what you believe in. Stay in your personal power. Do not back down. Do not allow people to come after you. This may very well be that dark forces may be trying to come at you again. And I said that in my own journey. It happened every time I was leveling up. They were coming at me, and it would get very more challenging every time. Okay. Especially for those of you who are starting your journey, be careful with this, because this to me is also a dark forces coming after you card. For me, it could be my spiritual attack card. It's funny because we have it at the beginning, but it's major arcana. It's very big here, and then at the end. All right. But you got this, okay? Do not let anyone keep you off your path. This is your path and your path alone. All right? Trust me, this is a test of your faith. A lot of you are going to be tested the last 3 months of 2022. Be prepared for this. But you do the work, and you're solid and stable in your own self, and you continue to do your healing, you're going to amass this large amount of strength here. Okay? Spiritual strength especially, and courage and confidence to be able to withstand whatever this is that comes at you the last 3 months of 2022, okay? This is the perseverance card. This is the true grit. Well, it's also Nine of Wands, but there's also Nine of Wands in this too. This is you not listening to the outside world, all right? You might be getting messages or seeing things on your YouTube feed or seeing signs everywhere telling you, oh, this is not your path. This is what you shouldn't be doing. Something might scare you off, all right? Don't listen to that. Make sure you really, really trust your intuition during this time. But again, this is really about persevering here and not giving up. Keep going. Keep going, Virgo, because I'm hearing the home stretch will be occurring the last 3 months of 2022. Do not let up. You've worked very hard to get to where you are at by this time in 2022, Virgo. Do not let anybody throw you off. Continue to stand up for what you believe in. Stay by your truth with honesty and integrity. Stick to what you know. Stick by your convictions. Okay? Yeah. There's big tests coming the last 3 months. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. All right? Make sure that you set your priorities straight. Make sure that you prioritize self-care continuously during the whole year, especially the last 3 months of 2022, and prioritize your life's activities, because there may be something going on. Like I said, there's so much going on. You might get overwhelmed because the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and it's not the reverse, but I'm channeling it this way. That's being overwhelmed, okay? Some obstacles, like too much going on, and it's making you overwhelmed, and it may be blocking you from actually continuing to live your purpose. You may not know what to do. This is like wishy-washiness, going back and forth. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Should I stay? Should I go? Right? Be very careful. You have to trust your intuition, which is why I was saying that. Reevaluate your life's priorities and make sure that you put self-care at the forefront, and that you are continuing to focus on the task at hand and what is really important to you. If things can wait, then things can wait, right? Yeah. And if people are trying to take you down, or it gets too hard, right? I'm hearing the going's gonna when the going gets tough, and the fourth quarter of 2022 for some of you Virgo. Again, people are going to try to take you down. And you're going to be thinking, oh my God, is this for me? Should I stay or should I go? Should I continue pursuing this path or should I just jump ship? Don't jump ship. There's like tumultuous waters back here, right? This is like a storm going on. Look at these ships. It's not stable. This may be happening the last part of 2022 here, Virgo. But maintain your balance, okay? Balance is going to be key here these last 3 months. Maintain your balance. If you are juggling too much, if you're so many people coming at you or you're doing too many things, again, put things in the back burner that you know need to be put in the back burner, but make sure you do not put your self-care in the back burner, all right? There's a lot of things going on the last half of 2022, all right? You're going to prepare yourself. You know better than to let yourself fall apart and lose your balance, all right? Make sure you prioritize what is important. This is also about change. There's a lot more change happening at the end of the year. This change is inevitable. This is necessary for whatever's coming to you in 2023. All right. Let's see why the devil is here. Why is the devil here? Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Why is this devil here? Specificity matters. The universe can only give you what you ask for. Narrow it down. Be as specific as it feels good. So, pretty much, don't let the devil get to you. Be specific. Don't get distracted by illusions and fears and things like that. All right, we already talked about this before, where make sure you narrowed it down and you don't give in to these illusions and these fears and obsessions of things, or trying to overdo it. All right, be specific, but make sure you stay to the task at hand here. Don't give in to lower vibrational energies, the 3D world, because that's not going to be in alignment with your heart's desires, okay? Oh boy, crisis. Restructuring life, blessing within, clearing space, bring solution, see deepest needs and emotions. There might be some tower moment associated with this, okay? But whatever this is going on, if there's a crisis going on here, with whatever this devil's bringing you, Virgo, it's going to help you restructure your life. Again, that's what the tower does. It brings down that foundation that is no longer for your highest good, and you start building another one, right? Because we have like rebuilding a new life, fresh start here. After all this craziness happens, this is to catapult you to this Ace of Pentacles here, okay? It's clearing this space. You may be clearing out these low vibrational energies, whatever the devil is for you. Again, toxic relationships, toxic jobs and friendships, the 3D world, material attachment, it's all going to crumble down. Life surfing, feeling capable of overcoming adversity, no expectations, approaching life like a sport. Just going with the flow, okay? You are able to overcome whatever is going to go on with this devil energy in Q1. Follow your bliss. Do what inspires you. Creativity, new direction, heart meets mind. No fear-based decisions. See, I talked about the fear here. There's something that's going to instill a lot of fear for you. Do not get caught up in that fear and as an illusion. Be very cognizant of that in Q1, okay? Love where you are. Appreciate current circumstances. Ask yourself why you want what you want. See the beauty in it all. See, whatever's going on, see the beauty in it. Love where you are, okay? Don't compare yourself to other people's journeys. Don't compare yourself to others. Stay the course and, ask yourself really, why do you want what you want? Is it for pride, fame, right? Money, that's Capricorn. I mean, that's devil energy, right? If there's pride and being materialistic type of thing. Serenity, taking care of your vibration, positive environment, clear space, chakra energy balancing. Clearing space again. Make sure you maintain your peace here. All right. Get rid of these toxic energies. They're not going to be for your highest good. Go for it. Step outside of your comfort zone. Make plans. Now is the time. Favorable outcome in alignment. All this stuff's happening with Q1 here to get you more in alignment with what it is that you truly want. Again, when you want these beautiful high vibrational things like the Lovers and the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, whatever, you have to be vibrationally in alignment with that. Respond versus react. Express from a loving place. Old trigger trauma yields drama. New beneficial thought patterns. Remember, whatever this crisis is, all right, don't react to it. Just respond and express from a loving place. Put love into every situation. Don't allow drama to set in. All right. Think positive thoughts during this time. Bottom of the deck is ultimate love. Forgive others and yourself. Release past. Send love light. Change inner to change outer. Forgiveness. Okay. See, releasing the past. Releasing the past is going to be big here. Whatever's going on Q1 is changing your life for your highest good. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Gratitude. Thank you. Gratuity increases attraction and opportunities. Little things count. Be grateful for all you have. Yep, this new opportunity has been presented to you. Give thanks to God for this blessing that's coming in, this gift from God that it's going to present more stability and security in your life, okay? When you are grateful for what you have than what you don't have, you get more of these gifts from God, okay? The little things do count. All right. This new opportunity is being presented to you, Virgo, in Q2 2022 because you are ready for it. Be grateful for this new, fresh, new start that God is handing you. And for others, with this new job opportunity, this windfall of money, be gracious for this. Give thanks. And whatever, when you get this money, Virgo, make sure that you give back because the universe is going to say, okay, I blessed you with this, but now you got to use this blessing to help others, okay? That's what the Empress does. That's what the Queen of Pentacles does. She works hard. She gets that abundance, but she gives back to others so that she can get more of it. It's reciprocity. The law of equal give and take, all right? So be grateful. Maybe do a gratitude journal or something like that, or don't focus on lack, okay? Not Five of Pentacles. Igniting the exciting, finding your soul's purpose, talent, new chapter, path, life change, share your unique gifts. See, there's something exciting happening, really. I'm seeing Ace of Wands with this in Q2, all right? Those of you starting your life purpose, you're really going to be embarking on your life's purpose, working your mission in Q2, all right? April, May, June. Others of you, again, a new chapter, a new path, a life change. New life ahead. More financial stability, security, a completely new opportunity. It's going to be really exciting. You are going to be sharing your gifts more so with the world than what you are doing now. All right. Either way, for all of you, it's a major life change in Q2. Let's see why the world is here. Why is the World card here? Spirit guides and angels. Trying too hard. Force creates resistance. Let go and watch it flow. Rest, be lighthearted, burn out. See, I was channeling a lot of things going on. All right, something's coming to an end. Maybe you've been working a lot, but be careful not to try too much, not to overdo it, because burnout may possibly happen. Remember, energy is always changing. These are just projections, okay? You get to change your reality because it's you, right? You're the magician, you're the alchemist, you're temperance card, or temperance, whatever you want to call it. Do not force things to happen. And if too much is going on, again, you have to prioritize that, let go, and watch it flow. Get some rest, be lighthearted, and make sure you don't burn out from this, okay? And as you're undergoing your healing here, there's some great success. There's a new cycle changing. Some of you may be thinking that things are really going to manifest at this time. But for those of you who are starting on your journey and fulfilling your life's purpose, this just means that you have to go with the flow. You're moving to a next phase of stuff in your journey, and the manifestation of your heart's desires, or whatever it is that you're seeking or you want to bring into the physical, it will come, but don't force it, all right? You have to continue. This is just moving to a next phase of your journey. You may think, oh, I've completed my healing. Where's my reward? Where's my union with my person? Where's this? But for some of you who are just starting, who are really getting into the nitty gritty of this, this is just you moving to the next phase. It's a leveling up, but you're going to continue working towards your purpose or living your purpose and getting, because again, there's different steps in this journey. All right. I know I've heard of people where it's like, oh, well, I've done the healing and okay, everything's good now. But God's like, wait, you need to be tested. You need to go through the trial phase now. That's what's happening here. All right. So don't force anything. That's very imperative right here in quarter 3, 2022, Virgo. Just go with the flow. You're moving and transitioning to something else in your journey, on your mission. All right. Rest during this period. Take a vacation. Maybe you need to travel somewhere, right? Take a trip. All right. World card and Eight of Wands is about travel. It's about trips. All right. Do not burn out during this time. And for those of you, when this world recognition comes and everyone's coming at you, don't force it. Okay. Do not try to book a gazillion clients a week just trying to appease everybody, okay? That's going to cause burnout. That's for somebody here. Be careful with this. Bottom of the deck, distorted view, wounds, complaining, negative self-talk, self-sabotage, outside influences. Be gracious. You know what I'm looking at this as? Outside influences. That ties into the Seven of Wands, outside influences. Don't listen to what anybody's saying, right? You do not have to please everybody, all right? You can't please everyone, Virgo. And be careful with complaining, having negativity, or maybe there's going to be some negativity surrounding you during this time. Make sure you clear that out. It could be coming from other people, all right? Be mindful of this. Seven of Wands. Mayhem. Your manifestation is happening. Great issue reveals past wound. Current issue reveals past wound. Spiritual growth. Hang tight. See, hang tight. There may be mayhem for those of you where you're being exalted and everyone's like recognizing who you are. Oh my God, I need Virgo, Virgo this, Virgo this. Again, with that fame, that's what happens. Hang tight because things are really going to escalate towards at the end of the year, okay? But continue, for those of you who haven't been living your life's purpose in 2022 yet fully, continue with your spiritual growth, okay? That's why it says don't back down. Stand up for your beliefs, all right? People are going to be like, what are you doing? Or you're going to be tested. Again, this is a huge testing trial phase the last 3 months, all right? Know that your manifestation is happening. Don't give up. That's why they're saying don't give up. And some of you are going to be like, well, I thought I completed this. Where's my stuff? Keep going. You're going to be really tested to see if you're going to have that perseverance and that endurance to keep going. Trust me, I've been there. All right? Hang tight. There's a lot of tests coming. Darkest before dawn. Breakdown before breakthrough. Major shift is in progress. Dissolving barriers, ascending. Yep, you're still continuing the ascension process, Virgo. Stuff may just all of a sudden take a downturn, and that is going to be one of your tests. Because this always happens. There's always a breakdown before the breakthrough. God wants to see if you're really worthy of this, if you have what it takes, if you have that true grit, that endurance, and that perseverance to push through, because this is preparing you for the next level of your mission, all right? Major shifts happening. You're ascending to another level as long as you continue to push through. You were born for this. You are going to be heavily tested. Negativity is at the bottom of the deck. Again, see, outside influences. Stuff's going to come your way to try to take you off your path. This is going to be a huge testing phase again in 2022, Virgo. Be mindful of that. All right, hang on, guys. I don't know. Can you guys see? Let me go turn on the light. I'll be right back. I think I woke up my cat. She's very sensitive. All right, does that help? Yeah, let's do this. All right, Virgo. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull a Moonology manifestation card to see what's going to best support these energies in 2022, okay? It's also going to include manifestation affirmations. It may suggest crystals to use to help you with your healing and other things in 2022. I'm just going to read a few things on the page. What you are more than welcome to do is you can pause the video when I show you the pages, and you can take a screenshot of it so you have it with you for the remainder of the year. What am I doing? All right, let's see. What is going to best support Virgo with these energies in 2022? Spirit guides and angels. This is also spiritual guidance, okay? What other guidance Spirit has for you? What is going to best support Virgo with these energies in 2022? Thank you, Spirit. We have two cards. Oh, it's a beautiful card. I love this deck. We have the full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. New moon in Pisces. Attune to the divine. Bottom of the deck is first quarter moon. Keep your heart open. Don't close out your heart. That's going to be very important. All right, let's go read the new moon in Pisces here. Again, when I show you the pages, you can pause it and take a screenshot because it has other stuff for you to help boost your manifestation skills and to help you navigate these energies, all right? You have the opportunity to slip into the flow of life now. When that happens, you want what is happening, and what is happening is what you want. Your manifesting is working perfectly. Just make sure that you stay attuned to your higher self, and you'll be well on your way to feeling blissfully happy and in tune with your dreams. Meditation is the best way to connect with your higher self. So practice it if you know how, or try learning from an online instructional video. Above all else, be kind to yourself and others. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to spirituality, contacting other realms, taking some time out, or dealing with a fear. The more you can believe that all is well, the more all will be well for you. All right. These are manifesting tips for creating flow. All right. Your manifestation affirmation is, my conscious dreams create my reality. And this is like they're suggesting the best times to manifest your magic. All right. This is for this card here. Let's see what the full moon in Scorpio says. Hey there, Virgo. The video cut off, so we're just going to continue where we left off. I was about to talk about the full moon in Scorpio Moonology card, breathe through the tension, okay? As I said before, I'm going to show you what this talks about to give you more information on how to boost your manifestation energies, because this is really going to be supporting you in 2022. So it says, breathe through the tension. There's a strong sexual energy around you now. The good news is that sexual energy is very creative. After all, it leads to an act that creates humans. A tense situation could be about to boil over, so go carefully. Time spent outdoors will help you to calm your emotions as well as increasing your general well-being. And we talked about that with the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, right? You need to find a balance between your emotions and your sensual side. Don't deny this part of yourself. Use the energy to create what you want. Balance your ability to caress with your need to be caressed. When we're emotionally overheated, we end up focusing on what we don't want rather than on what we do want. Bear this in mind now. Breathe. All right, this is a manifesting ritual for seduction. Your manifestation affirmation is sexual energy frees me up in a good way and helps me express my creativity too. And this is going to support you with when to best manifest your magic. Now, this is interesting with the sexual energy because I was feeling that and I didn't say it for whatever reason with this energy here, okay? There's something with either this is surrounding you, whether it's your person or there's a lot of sexual energy surrounding you at the beginning of the month. Oh, I get it. Okay, so Virgo, it seems like the first quarter of the month, maybe a lot of people are going to desire you sexually. Whether it's somebody that you were dealing with, whether it's a counterpart or something, or for those of you who are moving to that next level in your mission, right? Being a lot more recognized or something along those lines, there is a strong desire to be in your presence or to be around you. It says there's a strong sexual energy around you now, okay? And you might be feeling it at the beginning, or maybe this is you, Virgo, where maybe you have strong Scorpio in your chart. I don't know. It's a general reading. And you're going to be utilizing that, channeling, transmuting that into creativity. And I know for, especially with the masculines who have strong sexual energies, sometimes, especially in like counterpart connections, they learn how to channel that energy and transfer it into creativity. Sometimes they transfer it into music or art or sculpting or building something, right? Writing, okay? Instead of having this high sexual energy, that's this energy right here of the devil, okay? Because the devil does talk about sex and sexual desires and things. So maybe that's surrounding you or that's you. Again, I'm hearing based on, let me check what the clarifications are. See, respond versus react, express from a loving place. Maybe if somebody is coming at you with all these sexual messages or there's a sexual tension, maybe you need to respond in a more loving way, that type of thing. Be more in alignment. Yeah, clearing space here. Restructuring life, clearing space again. See deepest needs and emotions. Okay. Who knows? It depends. It's very different for all of you, Virgo. So be mindful of this energy, whether you might be more desired by people or maybe this could be attraction. All right. People may start to be strongly attracted to you, and it might be in a sexual nature, or there's this strong attraction where people are just like totally enamored with you and there's like obsession with you because there's like, oh my gosh, Virgo has this power or has this charisma to them. That's energy kind of like a Queen of Wands in a sense, right? Where you're so charismatic and people find you attractive. Okay. It could be that, where people are really going to be like, oh my gosh, Virgo this, Virgo that. So be careful with that if that happens. Or something with these strong sexual energies, like it says here, this is going to help with that. And if somebody surrounding you, whether it's your counterpart or somebody who just really has this strong energy that comes towards you, but it's of sexual nature, this is going to help kind of transmute those energies, and you're not really going to get all flustered about it. So this is going to benefit that, okay? But this is also going to help benefit other things based on what this talks about, right? Talking about not focusing on what you don't want, right? Focusing more on what you do want, that type of thing. So that's that for your Moonology manifestation cards. We're now going to get into the love portion of your reading. So we're going to see what that looks like. What are the energies surrounding Virgo with regards to love in 2022? Now you may be wondering why I'm using Oracle instead of Tarot. They specifically asked me not to use Tarot for this portion. All right, so I always follow my guidance. Let's see what energies are surrounding you with regards to love in 2022. What is surrounding Virgo with regards to love? Oh, well then. We've got a lot of stuff here, Virgo. So this is for two different groups, okay? We've got soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract, okay? Some of you, you're going to be continuing to fulfill the soul contract that you agreed with your soulmate, with your light counterpart / twin flame during 2022. Again, that's why some of you are really going to be focusing on building for yourselves and the self-worth and the self-confidence and the self-love, all that stuff, right? Building your empire, all right? It's going to be part of your soul contract. The other ones of you, you're going to come into partnership with a soulmate or your counterpart, okay? You fulfilled your portion of your soul contract, and now you're going to fulfill the contract that you agreed to go forward with your joint mission, is what I just heard. Cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. See, that's the Six of Cups energy, right? Going back to the past, replaying events, again, nostalgia, right? Playing it over and over in your head. Some of you may be doing that. Maybe it is going over things from the past or you know, replaying events with your counterpart here. Maybe that's what some of you need to get away from. This could also mean for others of you, you have an outdated belief system about what a partnership is, about what a soulmate is. That could be for somebody. Mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Either you're going to be experiencing more gaslighting with your person this year, in 2022, Virgo, or this is what they've been doing before. Your person is not showing the true feelings. They are wearing a mask. They have a lot more deeper feelings for you than you realize. You may already know this, you may not. Maybe if they're the ones coming across with this high sexual energy and they continue to present themselves this way, they're hiding something. Because in reality, for some of you, Virgo, your person does not want to deal with those true feelings because it scares the crap out of them. And that tends to happen with a lot of these soulmates, with a lot, especially with the twin flames, the light counterparts, okay? So be mindful of that. Things aren't always what they seem. And sometimes with gaslighting, you know what? There's a reason for that. And you can't let that affect you. Like Five of Pentacles, you're not a victim here with this. Just let that go. There's more things for you to focus on than people gaslighting you, all right? The Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Maybe with regards to love, competition, okay, if people are coming to you with these strong desires, like Virgo ends up being like, oh my gosh, I need Virgo in my life type of energy. Or maybe you're a very attractive person in all senses of the word, and then people are going to be competing for your attention, right? Because we saw that with the Eight of Wands here, with the bottom of the deck for the World card, and then this Seven of Wands, right? Lots of activity. You may be fighting off people, and you may very well be fighting off potential suitors, okay? And I think I said that before. So maybe there's going to be a lot of people vying for your attention, Virgo, because again, with maybe that status or something, and you become famous, and everyone's like, oh my God, Virgo, 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 and people are going to like compete for your attention. This could also be about your person may very well be dealing with somebody who is a snake to them, which may be why they are wearing a mask, which may be why they're hiding their feelings. Somebody who's malicious, maybe this person has always had to look over their shoulder because this person was watching their every move. something along those lines. There's some like sneaky energy around here, but I'm getting strongly more so from your person, Virgo, here, that they're dealing with somebody who's very competitive too, and who tries to make very sneaky moves to try to get what they want. Maybe your person is dealing with some sort of karmic or something like that. We have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expression, new phase, preparing for union. Okay, so those of you I talked about, you guys have fulfilled your part of the soul contract, and now you guys are, for those who've done the work, you're preparing for union. All right, you are in a high vibrational state. This is about a new phase in your connection with your person, and we've talked about this. For those of you who've done the work, you've overcome all those obstacles, right? Especially with the love factor, the love portion of your soul contract, if you will. And for others of you with that new phase, right, you are ascending to the new phase of your journey and understanding what true love is and your self-worth and self-love and all that stuff, okay? All of this hard work that you do, Virgo, is to prepare you for union, to prepare you for the higher type of love, the divine love. That is what you really need. It's not about the romantic love, really. That comes with the higher love of the unconditional love, the agape love. But what God really wants us to experience is divine love, because that is going to be something that will blow your minds, and it is going to be worthwhile when you realize that type of love that you have, that's the true love right there. And that is not romantic love, that is agape love. And a lot of people may never get to experience that. So just know that you are preparing yourself for union, and others of you, you are so very close, and it's going to be happening in 2022 because you have, again, completed your contract, or your portion of the contract. Hand of cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. All right. Maybe your person has some gambling issues, right? There could be dealing with a lot of stuff here, right? Wearing a mask. There's stuff going on with your person that you don't know about, and they don't want you to know, because there's a lot that they need to work on. That's probably why for some of you, you need to work on yourselves first, Virgo, because this person's not ready for you yet, and you're not ready either, because when we talked about not having that self-love and not focusing on your mission, you need to be focusing on your individual mission before sacred union can manifest in the physical. Because God wants you to make sure you have a higher purpose than to being in a romantic relationship and to being in union with a person. Because you're going to be preparing for the joint mission. But you got to learn all the hard stuff that comes with your individual mission, and you're part of the contract, right? So maybe your person has gambling issues, or maybe there's issues with, you know, they don't take risks or something like that, or they have a hard time taking chances. And this might even be for you, Virgo, where you need to take this risk and go out on your own and step out into the world stage, or just really shine your light without any fears, without any reservations about yourself, without any like negative thoughts pertaining to this, okay? Or this could also be your person's going to take that risk and they're going to show their emotions, is what I just heard. The boat. Receiving what you need, not what you want, right? Progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Some of you are going to get closure from your person. Others of you are moving on, and you're going to be focusing on yourself. You are now going to be receiving those gifts, right? Those rewards that I talked about. Enhancing your spirituality, or you're receiving those gifts that you didn't know about, or that haven't tapped into, type of thing. Again, progress is being made in your connection for those of you who are really going to get down to the weeds of your self-growth and self-love and all that stuff, and your mission. Others of you, you're now going to receive that unconditional love from your person. You're now going to receive what it is that you really needed, not what you wanted. Okay. And there's again, somebody's arriving, somebody's coming to see you. Somebody has also made some significant changes in their lives, and now they're going to bring closure. Self-indulgence. What did I talk about? Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. I talked about the shadow work, right? A lot of shadow work's going to be done, especially the first 3 months of 2022 here, Virgo. So for those of you, you know that you're not following your mission yet, this is the year to do it, because this is the year you're going to be focusing fully on this. This is for those where the love isn't ready yet. You're not ready for your counterpart. Your counterpart is not ready for you. Both of you are not in that high vibrational energy yet to be in alignment with each other for union to manifest. So a lot of this is going to be worked on for some of you in 2022. Okay, and look what's at the bottom. It's the butterfly. Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Now, for those of you who are in separation, you're dealing with this soulmate or light counterpart, twin flame person, you're now moving to the next phase of your journey, because here's the thing, there's a major shift when you really start focusing on yourself and yourself only and your mission. That moves the wheel of fortune in upward direction. That changes the game in your connection with your person. That is what gets things going. If you are lower vibrational energies and you're not focusing on being independent instead of codependent, you're not focusing on the task at hand, what God has called you to do, nothing will progress in your connection with your counterpart, because it doesn't make any sense, because you guys have to be standing on your own 2 feet. You have to be working your mission to prepare for your joint mission. You have to be vibrating at the violet flame, loving yourself, and doing away with all of these low vibrational jobs, people, and things, where you become this ultimate superpower, right? And you're fully in your element. So this is for those where you're finally getting down to focusing on yourself and not the connection, not union, not love, all of these things, to which you're going to go through that chrysalis phase, right? The cocoon phase, all these things, that the phases of the butterfly, until your self-growth journey has completed and you have healed that inner child, amongst other things, and ancestral patterns and stuff, right? And it says healing the inner child is right there. This is really about growing into this butterfly transformation. For some of you, transformation is going to be huge in 2022. Self-transformation. Others of you who are coming into union in 2022, yep, you've passed that phase where you are in full alignment with your higher self and all those things that I said. And now union is going to manifest, and that is going to move this connection to the next level. Okay. It's beautiful energies here. So that's your love stuff. I will pull another love card. We're going to look at the romance angels to see what else we get from here. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please clarify. Please clarify. What else? What other messages do you have with regards to the energies surrounding Virgo in love in 2022? What love energies are surrounding Virgo in 2022, Spirit? Thank you. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay. Or this person's being your person's being sneaky, like clever, sly, all right? Maybe there's a karmic involved and they're being a little whatever. So we have, see, snake, hand of cards, and the mask. You see this here? Those are your red flags. Pay attention to them. The snake, the hand of cards, and the mask. They're cautioning you. That's why some of you have to let go of like following this love thing and union with your person and chasing. We don't chase, Virgo. We attract. And I know that's hard to learn. I had to learn that because I was always chasing, and I finally learned my lesson like a couple of years ago. These are warnings, okay? you continue to miss the warnings and not learn from these lessons, you will continue to play out those karmic patterns. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This is about what both you and your person are really going to be learning. Receiving what you need. It's receiving the highest energy. That's really agape love. Unconditional love. It's not romantic love. All right. Others of you, we're coming into union. Yep. You're going to be receiving this. It is safe for you to love. This is also for your person. And now, you know, you can open your heart up. I'm hearing heart-to-heart conversations, and everything is going to work more swimmingly. And you guys are really going to be opening your heart to each other. And this whole thing with this connection with your person is really going to come to fruition. The bottom of the deck is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, okay? Your positive mindset is everything, Virgo. Your love life will change. But this is the thing about a lot of us humans. We are overly focused on the love part of our lives when it's really about us and about stepping into our potential. We were here to raise the vibration of the planet, to heal others or whatever capacity, whatever your role is, whatever is in your soul contract. Because again, you signed up for this. We're here to uplift others, each other, the planet. We didn't come here to just find love and run off into the sunset. That's not it. We came here to learn about love, what true love is. But we weren't here chasing to have that soulmate and be all happy-go-lucky, rainbows and puppies and things. That's not our purpose here. Our purpose is to learn, grow, evolve. The love of a lifetime is what we attract when we are vibrating at that level. Okay? So keep a positive mindset about your love life. Okay? Faith, it bring you romance, but it's not just romance. That's why I have a little bit of an issue with this deck. I was focusing on the romance. It didn't get me anywhere. Now I am attracting divine love, a higher love, more spiritual in nature, more of a soul type of love. It is agape love. That is what you need. Romance is not what you want, and that's what gets everybody. Okay. All right. We are going to conclude with final guidance from Spirit. How would you like to close out Virgo's yearly reading, Spirit Guides and Angels? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. You know what I'm also hearing with that? It is safe for you to love card, Virgo. Keep an open mind and keep your heart open. If you close your heart, the highest energy of all will not come in. It will not attract your counterpart. It will not attract high vibrational things if you close your heart. If you have your heart chakra blocked, okay? What other final message do we have for Virgo for 2022? Well, we have a lot of messages. Birth. This is a time of new beginnings. Embrace the new life with open arms. There you go. Ace of Pentacles. This is it for you. This is the time for you to really get going on fulfilling your life's purpose, Virgo. Balance, Two of Pentacles. It's time to find balance in your life. What is most important to you? I talked about prioritizing what is really important in your life, and it's not love right now, Virgo. It's not love. Believe me, I know, because I had to focus on myself and stop chasing love. It changed everything for me. Strength. You have an enormous amount of strength and courage. Remain focused, stand tall, and shine. See? Shine your light, Virgo. Bottom of the deck is soulmates. Again, soulmates are important people who teach you life lessons. They can be friends, lovers, and family members. There are going to be a lot more soulmates coming into your life, most likely For some of you, okay? There's going to be a lot of lessons to be learned. And that one person, it could very well be your divine counterpart. This is your biggest teacher of all. Okay? We always learn from everyone, no matter who it is. Remember that. You're going to go through a lot of soul lessons with regards to your soulmate. Okay? Alrighty. Okay, Virgo. Anything else, Spirit? That's it. Okay, Virgo. Well, I wish you, hopefully this helped you. I wish you a beautiful, empowering, transformational 2022 with many blessings and much love, as I said at the beginning. You got this. Watch how your world shifts when you focus on yourself and what you came here to do. You signed up for it. You're ready for this, Virgo. You are ready. So many rewards will come to you when you accomplish this part of your journey. All right? I promise you this. Watch how things change for you, and all these opportunities, these doors will start opening up for you, okay? And to those of you who are going to be on the world stage, congratulations. You got this. You've already prepared for this. You're ready to go. And I wish you guys so much luck, so much abundance, so much love, all right? Okay, Virgo, this concludes your weekly reading. Here we go again. This concludes your yearly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today. Always, I send you so, so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness. Starry up.